now. Are you ready?
Join on the corner where the big boys play.
Welcome everyone to Livestream Reviews. My name is Karasiewicz. I'm the content marketing manager at StreamYard, and I want to welcome you to this week's show. Just a couple of quick reminders. We do the show twice a month. We do it every first and third Saturday. Typically, we do 12 o'clock. Today, I had something, and I needed to build a buffer in before the show, and so I'm sorry we started 30 minutes late this week. But typically it's going to be 12 o'clock every single time. So with that, I'm going to go and bring on my co-host. You may recognize him, by the way. He's appeared on a few live stream reviews when Letitia was co-hosting with me, and his name's Charles Matthews, and he runs the Charles Matthews Show. I'm going to let him tell you guys a little bit more about himself. But with that, let's bring on Charles and let's kick things off and let's start reviewing some live streams. So Charles, it's great having you back. How you doing?
What's going on, people? What's going on? I'm so super excited to be here, and I've been reading all the comments, and during the breaks and stuff, I've been actually going to everybody's channel. So listen, I'm ready to go, man. If you want to know more about me, I have the Charles Matthews Show. I do podcasting, live streaming. I produce shows, live streaming. So I'm ready to help you guys out, and let's get this thing kicking off and started. But just want to say a big shout out to Letitia. I know she's doing her thing. And, if you want to miss her, check her out. But she'll be back soon, everybody. So don't worry about it. I'm just sliding in a little bit so I can have some fun with Christian. It'll be the boys' show for a while. But, we're going to have some fun.
Well, yeah. And so before we start bringing you guys on stage or on screen, I do have just one quick announcement. And that's an event we have coming up. We have the second annual StreamYard Industry Showcase. This is on October 7th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register for this at streamyard.com/SY Showcase. And basically what this is basically it's an event in this case, it's an event for event professionals. Actually, let me show you all what that graphic looks like. And again, this is a free event as well, by the way. So Charles, do me a favor. Who do you think should attend this event? Like if I'm an event professional, like obviously that makes sense, but are there other people that should attend this?
Yes. Everybody that's watching right now. This is for everybody. When they say event production professional, you can learn tips and tricks that will help you. You learn from the best. That's why you come to our channel to learn. So, go in, just be a fly on the wall, get all the information, learn some stuff and use it for your own channel. So everybody should be signing up for this.
Fantastic. So I'm going to put that here in the chat. With that, let's go and start bringing on some guests, by the way. So let's go and let's drop the link to come on screen with us. What I want to do, by the way, if you want to come on screen with us, we basically want you to come on. We want to know in the comments, in the private chat to us, let us know what your question is. This way, when we bring on screen, we have an idea of who you are, what your show is about. Share a link with us so we can bring that up. And then also make sure you put that camera on because we do want to see you. So anything else you want to add there, Charles?
Yeah. Quick question.
Yeah, sure.
How often do you guys stream? That's the question I want to ask you guys right now. How often, how consistently do you guys stream? Do you do it every week, every day, once in a while? Are you trying to keep it consistent? Because we can help you with that as well. We can show you tips on how to keep it moving, keep it going. So let us know. Put in the chat. How often do you stream? Daily, once a week? Let me see it.
Charles, you're still there. Okay, I was gonna say, you're still with me, right? Because I was like, it went totally silent, by the way. So awesome. Okay, so we got some good comments here. So VJ's Crochet says they go live once a week.
Okay.
Okay, Payout Time 3 to 5. Okay, great.
Nice.
Comic Book G-Spot every Saturday at midnight.
There you go.
Otter Nerd not streaming yet. Every Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, I assume, for Square Table Degenerates. By the way, Letitia, I want to thank you for joining us. By the way, as well, thank you. How often do you, Letitia? I know you've gotten into doing some streaming. I think how long do you stream? Here we go. We got Andrew Kavanaugh 2 to 4 times a month on Fridays for his Photoshop and Lightroom group.
There you go. There you go. I love the consistency. Everybody's, has a time, a date. And I want to
South Kojic Sunday School 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Nice.
Randy Newton, we had him on. I think that was on. He was on actually 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Randy, I want to hear your progress, by the way, because Randy runs an anglers Facebook community, and we had him on, and we were helping him with his background, helping him with some angles, some different things like that. And I had another conversation with him, and I was giving him some tips on using live shopping, incorporating it into his live stream. So I want to hear how everything is going, because he made some pretty darn nice improvements, I think.
Yeah. And I actually, during the week, I actually watched some of our viewers from last week's 2-week show. I went into their stream and they changed some stuff up, and they're looking really good as well. So yeah, just pop in. There you go. So here's the main thing now. So if you're doing it every week, have you seen a growth? Have you seen a growth in your channel? Let us know. And if you've gone and you're stuck somewhere, let us know, because we can help you with that as well.
Yeah. And here's the thing. This is what like us coming on screen is for. So like us doing live stream reviews, we want you to come on screen with us. We want to take a look at your streams. We want to answer your questions. And those could be, again, I mean, I don't want to say it's a free for all, but like if you've got questions about, hey, my lighting, for example, my lighting right now, not looking so good. I realized I made a mistake. I forgot to turn my lamp on, by the way. So, but again, if you're like, you know what, I got questions about my background. I got questions about the lights, I got questions about like how often I should go live. Because as you can see, everybody's going live at different times.
Yes.
So there is no, okay, let's go live, every day of the week, for example. I will say, here's, I think, where I actually will say that it does help. Mm-hmm. So if you're using something like, an Amazon Live.
Yes.
So basically where you're streaming over on Amazon, the way that actually helps if you go live more often is it basically means you show up more potentially on Amazon. And then the more people potentially, there's more opportunity for people to buy from you at that point.
Right, because they see you, they start seeing you more, and they start recognizing you more and what you're doing, and they come on in. So that's a great thing as well. So come on in. And here's the thing, guys, don't be scared to pop into the back. We're all friends and family here, and that's what you want to do. You want to come in and say, hey, I just got a quick question, and we're changing up the platform. We're shooting it off now. So you come in, you get 15 minutes real quick, pop up, and we send it to the next, and we keep moving.
Yep.
So come on in and just keep moving, everybody.
Exactly, because we want to bring you on. We want to get to more of your streams. By the way, Randy, if Randy's still watching, would love to have you join us as well, just so people can see what your stream looks like now, and then we can kind of talk through some of the things we did the last time. So,
you know who, if they're still here, I would love for them to come on. Is they were one of the first ones to log in to say hi, and the Art of RV Glass Studio.
Okay, let's see if I can tag them.
Yeah, I was looking at theirs. I love the camera angles. I love what they're doing, and it's different. It's unique. So, and they got some great shows there. So,
if you want to join us, I put the link here. By the way, you can join us backstage. So yeah, definitely come in and join us. We want to chat with you. We want to have you join us.
Definitely.
And by the way, Payout Time, for those who don't know, Payout Time, they're going live 3 to 5 times a week. They started out, their stream is about Los Angeles Rams football. And perfect. Speaking of Payout Time, by the way, it is Payout Time because we're going to bring Payout Time on screen. Hopefully I did a good job with that. Maybe I kind of butchered that, but Payout Time, it's great having you. How you doing?
I am so good. How are you guys today?
How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on again. I don't want to take up too much time, but I wanted to come on and say, first off, thank you. My live stream, it's gotten so much better the past couple of weeks since I came on this show and got some Rams merch in the background, like you guys suggested, and
Very nice.
it is growing. These were actually sent to me by some subscribers of my YouTube channel, which was really cool.
There you go. There you go.
But my biggest thing is how, and so this is my question, and I hope everyone watching can benefit from this as well. So my watch time has exploded. It's been awesome. Okay. I'm really close to getting the 4,000 hours on YouTube that I need to get monetized.
Mm-hmm.
But my subscriber count has been like slow but steady.
Right.
Is there a way besides like graphics and stuff that you can encourage people to subscribe during your live stream?
Well, remember, I actually popped into one of your shows and I was in there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
What I like is the banter back and forth. That's why I was engaging with you, asking you all these questions, so you get other people to ask questions. Because what happens is the more questions people ask and they come in, then other people, even when they're not watching you, they'll watch one of your comments and go, "What does he mean the running back is no good?" And they'll type in, you know what I mean? So have most of your audience pop the questions out at them. Keep popping questions at them. Let them answer and let them come on. Because the more engagement, other people are just going to say, wait a minute, no, he ain't going to get 1,000 yards this year. He's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's the interaction. I love that you did the commentary when you were like, oh, all right, kickoff time. And you know what I mean? But what you can do as well is, you know, we're here in Canada. We have like these 99-cent stores.
Yep.
Yeah. Go get the horns. Go get the noisemakers. Let us feel like we're actually at the game with you. Get the popcorn going. Get the chips going. We want to be there with you having fun. So there you go.
Okay, cool.
And we got some good feedback here. So Adam's Exploit, who always tunes in to live stream reviews, he says, looks cleaner. Nice job. Payout Time. By the way, cleaner, here's the thing. You only added what, like 2 items to the background?
Yep.
Exactly. So, by the way, I love the fact that you've got, you also got some, I love that your subscribers sent you that. That's really cool, by the way.
Yes.
So, by the way, I got something you should. So this is something you should get. By the way, Letitia, if you're still watching, you know exactly what I'm bringing up. So you need to get one of these. By the way, you need to get one of these made. You need a custom bobblehead of yourself with the Rams football helmet on, man.
There you go.
I guess that you guys did encourage me.
Oh, hold on. Look at this.
Whoa. Hold on.
We got to put this full screen. Hold on.
Show that again. Show that again, my friend.
So this is the Love Talking Football Payout Time mug.
You got the nice.
Yeah, I have a bit of a glare for my lighting, but yeah, I that was one of the first things that I think it was Charles when I came on encouraged. He's like, "Oh, you need merch."
Yeah,
and so I looked into a couple of different avenue. I'm someone that merchandise and stuff is all new to me. But I worked with my friend who's a graphic designer, and we were able to get a nice little mug together. And yeah, I've sold about 10, so I'm happy with that.
You should also come up with a saying, by the way, like it's Payout Time. Like you could make that could be a sticker, for example. It could go on. I think you could see like totally like something like cool working off of that. So
yeah.
So hold on. So you've already sold 10 mugs.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And that's all from your channel. And that's what I'm talking to everybody about. It's business, not just streaming. There's ways to make money, and you're doing a great job. So listen, great job for you, man.
Thank you. Yeah. And again, I don't want to take up too much time because I think other people who haven't been on this show need to come on. And seriously, it'll up your stream. It'll improve your channel. And I just can't encourage you enough. Let these guys tear apart what you're doing. They'll highlight the good, and they'll also, in the friendliest way possible, tell you how you can improve.
Thank you very much. Thank you for saying that, by the way. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
Thanks, buddy. And I will see you on the next game.
Yeah, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, doing a watch party for the Rams and Colts.
There you go.
So, by the way, this is Payout Time's YouTube channel. I want to bring this up so everyone can see this. It's Payout Time. It's got about almost 600 subscribers. By the way, if you want to get your subscribers up, Payout Time, make sure you ask them. Make sure you mention this throughout your stream. Don't just do it once. So, for example, at the beginning of the stream, because remember, people can join in the middle and they can join at the end.
I need to get better at that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So Is there anything you want us to take a look at on your channel, by the way?
Well, if no one else is backstage, if you go into my videos and check out I've been doing this. I've done it about 4 times now. This Thursday night football trivia show.
Okay.
With Kahoot, and you can maybe take a look at it, and just if I would love if you could look at my format on it and see if you guys have any suggestions, because it's a show I believe in, but not a lot of people watch it. But the ones that do, we have a ton of fun.
So which one do you want me to bring up?
So just the pregame trivia, or where are we? Oh yeah, New York Giants versus Washington football team trivia.
All right. So here's my first thing right off the bat I'm going to help you with. Mm-hmm. Because it's new and people might not know about it. What I would suggest is, you see how you're saying tomorrow, mm-hmm. you have a halftime show, right?
Yep.
Do the trivia during the halftime show.
Oh.
Give them a little taste of what they can get. So since it's halftime, everybody's going to go somewhere. You're like, oh, listen, don't forget, during halftime, we have the trivia game coming up. And even if you want to give away one of your mugs, just to entice somebody, that's what the mug's there for. Say, hey, don't forget, during halftime, we're going to do quick trivia. How well do you know your Rams? How well do you know this team? All right, during halftime, we're going to be doing A, B, and C. That way, they can say, hey, if you had fun with this, we just did it for 5 minutes. I do this every Thursday at blah, blah, blah. You got to get them enticed. You already have an audience on Sunday, and during halftime show, they're going to stay. They're going to go grab some burgers or something real quick and come back and do the trivia with you.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Thanks, Charles.
No problem.
Fantastic. By the way, sorry if I'm a little distracted here. I was smelling what smelled like something was burning, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like the camera or my equipment or things like that. By the way, Payout Time. I'm going to give you. I'm going to take 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll take 2 minutes here. I want to see this intro that we've got on this video here, by the way, because I was hovering my mouse over this and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. I think that looks pretty cool. So we're going to watch that here in a second. One little piece of advice I would give you, by the way. So make sure you may want to check out the YouTube channel reviews that Daniel and Dee, they do. I think it's every month, every second Saturday of the month. Mm-hmm. I think you should check them out. Have them review your channel, because they'll go through a video, some of the videos. They'll look for certain things in your videos. For example, one of them will be the titles, for example, of your videos. Some of these are for example, I love the idea of like this says Giants versus Washington football team, week 2 NFL game, pregame, and trivia. Mm-hmm. So I would probably position that as maybe if it was New York Giants trivia or something along those lines, putting all that at the beginning, because that's all at the end. If the goal is, if that was all trivia.
Yeah.
And so I'd recommend definitely having them review that, because they probably will give you some feedback. They actually give really good feedback.
Yeah, I've tried to get on their show a few times, but I haven't been able to yet.
Well, do me a favor, keep at it. And then if you can't get on, do me a favor, just message me and I will see what I can do. I may be able to pull a few strings there.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So
the intro plays after this 3-minute timer.
Okay, so got a 3-minute timer. Awesome. How are you bringing that timer in, by the way? I do want to know, is this built into the graphic?
So just in StreamYard, I've uploaded my own timer custom countdown. And
awesome.
Then I play it, and then I go live, and I notice, I start off with an audience instead of starting with 0. So
fantastic. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. So I'm not going to wait for 3 minutes. I got to say, I like the subscribed option here. I love that this Love Talking Football. I like that the lower the scrolling banner, by the way. And if you want to put this scrolling banner up like he's got, by the way, it is under the banner section in StreamYard. And then you just create a banner, and there's a little checkbox that says, make this into a scrolling, it says scroll across bottom ticker. You just check that box, and now you've got some text that goes here. So let's fast forward through this and get to that initial part. Okay, so awesome. And by the way, I assume you start your show 3 minutes. If you were going to start it at 11 o'clock, you would start it at 10:57 or something like that, and do the 3-minute timer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point, Christian. If you say you're starting at 7, don't start the timer at 7. Okay.
And by the way, I am guilty for starting a little bit late this morning. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's watch this intro. Look at this. That's cool, by the way.
So where'd you get that intro done?
I made it in After Effects.
Okay, cool.
There you go. See, you
Nice.
can do things yourself to boost up your channel, and that alone makes me want to come watch because it's an intro for you, gets everybody hyped. So yeah, great job.
Very good. I gotta say, I like that's the other thing. When you start your shows, I like the energy that goes off screen, and then I like that you come on screen and you're not like, hey guys, welcome to love talking football. Like, because here's the thing, you got to bring the energy to get your audience, to get them also hyped as well. So I gotta say, kudos to you. I think everything is looking great. By the way, do me a favor. Send me a message. I do want to chat with you a little bit more. Okay. So do me a favor, just send me a message. I think you've got my email. But yeah, awesome.
All right,
fantastic.
Cool. All right, we got some people in the green room. Here we go.
Look at this. Great design. Lots of really good feedback for you. So awesome job. That's Payout Time, by the way. So if you like football, Los Angeles Rams football, by the way, go check out Payout Time.
For sure. Thanks for having me on.
Cool.
All right, guys. See you later, buddy.
Peace out, everyone.
I just listen. His fans are sending him stuff.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, man. His fans are sending him stuff. He listened to us about me about getting that swag, and he's already sold 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
And I gotta say, I like that. I like the style of it too, because it's very unique, and there's so much he can work on. I mean, heck, even if he wanted to take that football that he has on screen, I like the sort of 8-bit look that it has.
Yes.
And he could just put like a football. By the way, if you're still listening, once you get a t-shirt, once you print the football on the t-shirt and put in Payout Time, for example, or hashtag Payout Time, or like some sort of catchy slogan. I love that logo you got going on. So
hold on. Did you hear what Christian just said though? And I don't know if you guys all do it. I've done it for the last 4 years. Start your own hashtag. My hashtag is CMJ Live, because I'm always live, even if I'm on screen or live doing MC work or live on stage. So my hashtag is CMJ Live. So start your own hashtag. Keep putting it in your stuff. Every time you take a picture, put it in. So when people hit it, you're all over the place. So, think of a great hashtag for yourself, something catchy, something new, and start your own.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's see if there's any comments, and then let's go and bring on our next viewer. And I think we got Randy in the house backstage.
Yep, Randy. Look, Randy. Oh, he's pumped.
Randy is pumped. Okay, so let's see if there's any comments real quick, and then let's just.
Yeah, I put some comments earlier because they had some great points. Nothing wrong with asking for subscribers. More people you ask, more recognition. Keep asking for it. People are not going to do it. They're like, well, thanks for watching. All right, see ya. No, man. Say, hey, if you like the show and you want to see some more, if you want to see more Randy, click the button right here.
And you have to. Here's the thing. You have to ask people. Here's what's going to normally happen.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to tune in your live show, and they're going to tune in and they're going to consume all the free information you're giving away.
Yeah.
And they aren't going to subscribe. They may subscribe, but you have to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know what? If you like this, be sure you subscribe. Help support our channel, for example. Be honest and upfront, obviously. Like, don't say like, hey, like, don't just collect subscribers and like, don't not thank them and don't engage them and all that sort of stuff. But make sure you do that sort of stuff. Make sure you ask. If you've got a hashtag, use it.
Yeah. So hey, start your own hashtag. Yeah. Start your own, because you brand it. Like, here, look how great this looks right here. Look, right there you go. Start your own. See, there's another one. Hashtag Payout Time. Doesn't that just look good?
Yeah, it does. By the way, and one last point I want to make real quick about Payout Time. So what he actually did for his videos that he was talking about is he made a quiz. So he wanted to make his live streams a little more interactive. Like in this case, our engagement is bringing you all on and talking to you and learning about your shows. However, his is potentially talking with people, but it's also having like quizzes and things like that in the middle. So he's using a tool. It's called Kahoot. It's a paid tool, but it's free and paid, I think, for running quizzes. But basically, you create them in Kahoot, and then you can bring them into StreamYard and bring them up on screen. They become part of your run of show.
I do it for some of my guests, like when I'm producing for like kids' parties or something like that.
Yep.
You know, it's a great tool to use. It's easy. You can work with the client and find fun information that people want to know and just put it in. It's real easy to bring in. And that's what that's another thing that I give StreamYard a 10 plus, bringing in other facets to use to make your show better.
Okay, so let's bring on our next guest.
Randy, where are you at, buddy? Let's bring him on. Here we go.
Okay, let's do it.
Hello, everybody. What's going on?
What's going on, pal? How you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Hey, I just want to say thank you to both of you, because all of this right here wouldn't have happened without your guys' expertise on this. So if anybody has second guesses about getting involved and wanting to be on this show, just do it. It helped out tremendously. And Christian and I had a long conversation, actually several long conversations about many other avenues outside of what I'm currently doing, and we are currently working on those. Amazon Live and getting stores set up. We're getting ready to rebrand our entire show and make it more outdoorsy and not just pigeonholed into one category now. And so that opened up our eyes, and it really made things a lot easier. Our first two shows after we just started the third season have been tremendous. Everybody loves the flow. They love the design. They love the look. Everything just looks so much cleaner and better.
Oh, we appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And by the way, I have a tip for you. So, like, what's going on that wall, that blank wall that's there?
So right here, I took all of your suggestions,
Okay.
and we are putting, when we have our brand sponsors, on this wall as a layout, as a cover.
There you go.
Here. Yeah.
There you
By the
go.
way, I want to put Randy full screen here. Randy, do me a favor. Remind me what your channel is so I can bring it up as well.
It is the Kayak Anglers of Florida.
Yes. I remember. And then you had like the shirt and on the wall, the different stuff. Yes.
It's very cluttered and a lot of things going on here.
Right.
So I'm going to show you all. Let's put Randy full screen here. So I got to say, the one thing I really like about right now, what we got working, I like that you have, and how can I put this? Should I say style, Charles? Like whatever, all the fish, the racks. I mean, I'm not sure what that is. It's not a buoy, right? That N879 over your.
It's actually a buoy marker. Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, I love that he's got that in the background. He's got the fishing rods behind his head, by the way. I was going to tell you, if you weren't going to use that blank wall for sponsors, put some fishing rods up or something like that.
Yeah, we actually talked about maybe moving them over a little bit so they're a little bit more over here.
Yeah.
So
lots of cool stuff.
So the only thing I would suggest to you, if you look at the screen, the light, the blue light that you're shining up behind you.
Too hot.
Yeah, because the camera is trying to find the infrared part of it.
That's a good point. So basically, I think what you're saying, Charles, is the camera trying to focus on the light.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why it was giving that little haze underneath it, because his camera is so clean that it was trying to focus on that one little shade. That's how clean his camera is. So that's another thing, guys. When you're using lighting, take a snapshot picture of it and look at it yourself and go, okay, what's going on here? What can I change? What can I add to it to give it that little color? And it might be just moving the light 2 inches forward so it gives a shade compared to that full light.
Right. Fantastic. I think everything's looking good. I mean, I can't wait to see how things look when you bring up some of the sponsors. What I want to do though is I want to make sure I bring up your channel here so people can actually see this.
Yeah.
So
we just did 2 new shows this past 2 weeks, and the second one, that it's kind of weird to say, but his name is Mikey Balls, was really like probably the best show that we've had. Very laid back. Because of what we've done here, I think it allowed the guests to come on a lot more comfortable and a lot more free.
Nice.
Yes. I want to stick to that point real quick. Your design kind of tells them how it's going to go. So if you have things to one way, they think, oh, okay, maybe I can't joke around. It's a serious kind of show. It's this kind of show. But if you're relaxed and they see some stuff of yours on there and you're like, oh, and they might even ask you, like how Christian just said, is that a buoy behind you? And you're like, yeah. Then you just ramp it from there. So give your audience something to talk about.
it's been a lot better and a lot more inviting, and our viewers have gone up because it looks a little bit more professional. And then on top of that, I had the opportunity now to produce another show on the side, which is
Nice.
even better, and it's gotten a lot nicer too.
Nice.
By the way, I want to highlight something. So I'm not sure if I have two suggestions for you, by the way.
Yep.
So the first suggestion would be, so how do we like continue to improve this? And again, it's not like once we hit a certain level, what we want to do is we want to make sure we also stay at that level for a few shows and kind of, and then take a look and see, okay, well, for example, look at things like, hey, I stream for like 3 hours. How long do people tune in for? If they're only tuning in for like, an hour or a few minutes, let's, dial back those times. I would get my design set up and stick with that for a little while and then consider making some tweaks. Don't like, once we get it kind of set, don't then just like start tweaking a bunch of stuff.
Correct.
So the recommendation I would have for you next would be, and I think you talked about this, let's get some background music in there. Let's get, and I was telling Randy, like, we were talking about like, hey, he could be out on the water fishing, for example, just record some nature scenes, for example, or put a camera close, by the way, and record like that bobber, like hitting the water, for example. And so have some sort of sound effect that you could play as a sound bed as well, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And we're actually getting ready to go and film and do a whole bunch of stuff outside of just for that exact reason, to have like B-roll, sound, a whole bunch of things going on.
Awesome. One last thing, by the way. So SK's Crappy Catch and Adventure is in here as well, by the way. Nice. And I don't know if you all, like, I'm just looking at the fishing angle here. I don't know if you all have worked together, but if you're looking for, I'm not putting you on the spot, by the way, if you're looking for guests, a great thing to do, like consider maybe, reaching out to, other similar channels to see like, are there angles that we could use to work together or things like that to support one another?
Yes, no, I totally agree with that. And so I will be reaching out. I'll find you.
There awesome. You go. See, that's the great thing about streaming partnerships, because, people are like, well, he does the same thing I do. Yes, he does, but it's not going to be like you. There's only one Randy, right? So it's not going to be the same. So who cares if I bring another fishing guy on there? You just boost, because some of his fishing people might like your style and come over and vice versa. Now they got 2 shows to watch.
Exactly.
So now you just build your brand on watching both shows. So that's how this business is. You grow with each other.
And by the way, to that point, if you are going to work with someone else and you're both in the same space, make sure you ask those people as well. Like, for example, hey, is it okay if you're going to be a guest, don't go on their stream and just promote the heck out of your show. Make sure you ask for permission. For example, if Randy and SK's Crappy Catch and Adventure, if they decide to work together, there's a fine line there. And so it's, make sure you do the ask. The person might say, yeah, no problem. If they say no, respect that. So
right. One of my big things is in the interview process, when we're talking to our guests and stuff like that, I let them plug. And I already know most of them in their shows and stuff like that. So it's like, then I can come in and feed off of that. I can continue to hype and continue. And the guests have definitely been getting more views even on their shows too.
That's correct.
Exactly. By the way, I just want to answer this question real quick from My Vivid Life. My Vivid Life, we were talking about sound effects just a second ago, by the way. My Vivid Life, I did just drop a link to an article on places to find free and paid music. I will say the places you don't find music and sound effects, Apple Music, potentially Spotify, anything like that, where you have where you're paying for like a music service. Those are, that's more like commercial music. Sorry, more commercial. It's more, how can I put it, Charles? Like, it's music that you don't own the license to.
It's royalty free.
Yeah. So you're going to want to look for royalty free music. I put a link to like 20 plus places. The thing I can definitely encourage you. So like, for example, in Randy's case, he has a show about fishing. And so the recommendation was like, hey, you know what? He could go and he could record his own audio track, or he knows what kind of sound effects he might want to look at. For example, if it's like sound effects, some of the sites that we have in the article have sound effects. Some of them are like songs. So, you kind of have to like look at like what kind of music you do want to bring in, but you do want to make sure you pay for the right license. It's not going to be a personal license, by the way. Even if you don't make any money in your business, you have to still pay for the right license.
Yep.
So,
All
and
right. Well,
awesome.
Thanks, Randy. It looks awesome, my friend.
You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work, and everybody else, hop in there and let them pick it apart. It's worth
Hold
it.
on. Before you go, when's your next show? Plug it up.
Tuesday, 8:00, right on YouTube and also in Facebook at Kayak Anglers of Florida.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Randy.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
So I'm gonna bring up Randy's YouTube channel, by the way. And so I'm just gonna show you all this. So this is his YouTube channel. He's got 110 subscribers. You're probably like, hey, you know, it doesn't have a ton of subscribers. Guess what? He has a different angle of how he's using streaming.
Right.
So like when he came on with us, he has a Facebook group, for example, that people were paying to be part of, and then he was taking some of those videos and putting them out on YouTube. So in addition to his like background updates and things like that, the other thing we also had told him was don't put the whole episode out on YouTube.
Yes.
And that's because if you're trying to build, for example, the whole goal is like you should be trying to build a community.
Yeah.
And so, if you're if you're encouraging people to pay over on, Facebook, for example, to join a private group, if you're putting the same thing out, the full thing out on Facebook, on YouTube, it's gonna, it really has diminishing returns. And what you'd want to do instead is you'd want to take the full thing, put it over exclusively in the Facebook group, and then over on YouTube, for example, it may be to drive them, you give them a taste.
That's all it is. It's a simple little taste. You show them a little recording and you find a part where they go, oh, what's next? What did he say? Oh, I missed that part. And then it just says, follow full thing on stream. You know what I mean? You go where you want to send everybody.
Exactly. Okay. So that's Randy's channel. It's Kayak Anglers of Florida, by the way.
There you go.
Keep that in mind if you're interested in that. Fantastic. By the way, if you all have, if you've not yet subscribed to us on YouTube, by the way, so all you have to do is go to youtube.com/StreamYard, and please go and subscribe there. We've got some great, information going on there. Like we publish new videos at least 1 to 2 times a week, and we have a live show. I've actually lost track of the schedule, but we do it like on Sundays. I know we do one on Saturdays. So there's quite a lot of good content there for you all to go check out.
Right. And then also look at all the new people that are coming into the chat. I just saw somebody from Mexico that said, what up? So thanks for joining in here.
Eduardo, I think here. Yeah.
Yep.
Just for fun trains. So I'm wondering, Eduardo, is your stream about like toy trains or like what kind of stream is that about?
Yeah. Let us know.
Okay. So let's see if we got any questions here real quick.
Oh, one thing that Christian said, and I said it's a key thing. Please, I'm going to say it again. Please make sure you get royalty-free music. You don't want to do a super show, right? It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. I've done a great show, a 2.5-hour show. People loved it, and then during the show, it just goes mute because one of my guests was playing a music in her background. And they caught it and they just muted that whole part of the show out. And everybody's like, oh, there, you test your dial. You think it's you. It's not. So make sure when you're doing something, get it all ready to go.
Awesome. So we've got a lot of really great, let's see if there are any questions here. So let's bring this one up. So Chala NK official saying, how do you make a thumbnail? They want to make a thumbnail. They like StreamYard. So first off, thank you. We're glad that you really like StreamYard. In terms of making a thumbnail, there's a lot of tools for that you can use. What a lot of people will do is they'll use a service like a Canva, an easel. And so let me see if I can actually I'll bring up an article here for you. So
sorry, while you're doing that, this is me personally, and I want everybody in the comments to comment as well. Do you like when the thumbnails are like so professional, or do you like when they're like fun and they don't have to be super clean that they grab you? What do you think? Like, I like sometimes when they're just a fun little picture, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the perfect headshot and everything. I just like sometimes when the thumbnail, because it drives me to I go like, ooh, something happened on that channel, wants me to come look. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely let us know in the comments. By the way, for those who do want to join us on screen, by the way, I'm dropping the link again. Do us a favor, just come on screen, let us know in the private chat what your stream is about and your question, and we'll get it answered.
Zan the man. Yes, Zan's been there before. So Zan, just click the link and we'll bring you on. All right, we got Neil. Neil looks like he's been thinking. Like I can see him in the green screen. He's thinking hard. He's got his pen ready to go. He's got his notepad. Neil, give us some thumbs up, buddy, if you're ready to go. All right, here we go.
How we doing?
Hi. I'm fine. So thank you so much to you all both of you just letting me in and to share my thoughts with you and to get some insights into how I can improve myself and my whole setup.
Awesome. What's your channel, by the way? I'm going to bring this up.
It's Neil's World, YouTube/Neil's World.
Awesome. And what's it about, by the way?
It's about mostly about technology like Android applications and web services. Actually, I'm not pretty niche down. It is a little bit diverse as of now. I'm planning, but I am a full-time. I have a full-time job, so I get very less time to do the YouTube stuff. But I enjoy all this technological stuff, and that's why I am into it.
Awesome. Right. So I have a question. Is it Neil's World Tech Bytes, or is that it, or is it different something?
The name is Neil's World Tech Byte, yes, but the short code is just /Neil's World.
Perfect. I just want to make sure I had the right one. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. So I'm going to bring up your. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just looking at his background. I like the lighting. I'm trying to see. You got like
Let's do this first. Yeah.
So you got a nice green, the purple, the mix. That's a good color for you.
Yeah, it's very simple lighting, actually. I'm using two lights. One is a bulb, which is a RGB bulb. It's a house bulb, which I can... it's a smart bulb. It's around $10 of price.
Okay.
Household socket in India. And the other one is, I can show you. I'm putting it in my bag. It's a light, something like this.
Okay.
It's a Wii Light RB08.
Awesome. So I got to say... I like that's pretty cool, actually. So I like that. That's a nice fill light you got going on there.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
But do you hear? Sorry, but hear what he said though. He said the light bulb was only $10.
There is a bulb at the back. It's the purple color bulb. It's a smart bulb, RGB. It's around $10, $10 US, and it's around 500 rupees in India.
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to spend so much big money to change your background to give it a little style. You know, it's simple things you do can really, really make your show different.
Yeah, and the other one is a little bit costlier in terms if we compare with that one, but still it is pretty affordable. It's around 4,500 Indian rupees, which will cost around 50 or 60 US dollars. The other one, which is the small one. Which we can use it with different colors also. So it's Wii Light RB08. There is an upgraded model called Wii Light RB09, which has also a smart light. That is, but this is not smart. I cannot connect it with the Wi-Fi connection through my the smartphone. Okay. But yeah.
Nice. I'm checking out this light. That's pretty cool. I've been looking for.
And I have a Godox key light.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So you got the I gotta say your stream for the lighting, you got the lighting on point. That's looking good.
Yeah, this is the whole setup. I just recently upgraded. It's around 1.5 months. I just collected all these things one by one to set it up like a little bit in a more professional way to become a bit more serious into the business.
Awesome, fantastic. So let's see. So where do you want to start, Charles?
All right, so let's get to his channel. If you want to pop his channel up.
Yeah, sure.
Let's try it there.
So, by the way, remember, we're not going to review. We're going to try not to review the YouTube side because
no. It's okay. It's okay.
I do want to give you some real quick feedback. So, like, I see you've got the green, the turquoise, and the pink there and purple / in the background. Do you what do you think, Charles, about like kind of aligning that with the brand colors?
Well, let's see his color. I like his color on his screen.
Yeah.
And then I like his color on the thing. Because here's the thing. Branding is key, but sometimes if you overbrand yourself.
Yeah.
So keep it different, the contrast. But Christian's right. Sometimes you can flip the color depending. So that's what we do. I flip my color depending on the mood on the show. So remember, it's you got to play around with it. It depends on the show, the day. Because if you look, Christian, he's got the purple now, the same purple in the background of his channel. See it?
Yeah.
So there, he's incorporating the colors right there. So that's good.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, so what video should we take a look at?
All right, that one right
as you wish.
top 6 webcam apps.
So that's a
that's a
video.
very.
Let's see. Which ones are streamed? Let's start there. So we got one. So I guess maybe the question is, how often do you go live?
Actually, I'm planning to go live every week, but because of my job, I have a full-time job. I just could not manage how to every week. But I'm planning to. But also, I'm a bit of what you call introvert and shy of talking. Sometimes I get nervous. So to overcome that nervousness, I am just getting through it because of you guys. I'm just
okay.
It is a practice. This session is also a practice. So I have a plan. In 3 months or 4 months, I'll be much more consistent at what I have been until today.
I gotta say, I mean, you just told me that, and I don't sense that at all.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, oh, he's got his background, he's got like the lights, he's got the headphones, the microphone. He seems like he's on point with everything.
Exactly, and
I have all the what you call the key points. I know the key points, but the application thing is a little bit. I'm lagging behind. I have everything ready now. I have recently got the Sony ZV-1 camera as my. Now I'm connecting with through HDMI.
Nice.
So I'm just upgrading everything. Just let me. I'll take around 3 months to be more of a confident kind of a consistent streamer.
So here's one thing I'm going to stop you right there. You said I'm going to take 3 months. No. You're going to start right away. Because here's the thing. The more you waste time and procrastinate, you got to just dive in, my friend. That's the thing, how we got started. You dive in and you make mistakes. You learn from it. You go, oh, I should have said this before I said this. I said it this instead of this. And more you practice, the more you're going to feel comfortable. Look, we mess up all the time. You know, I remember pushing the wrong link for one of my guests. It was supposed to be the next guest, and I made a mistake, and it happens. You just got to be comfortable and just go for it. Because the more you wait, you're going to be like, oh, I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll do it next week. No, just start small. 5 minutes, 10-minute show, half an hour show, 45-minute show, whatever you want to do. But you just got to start, my friend. Just go for it.
And
yes.
The first thing
thank you very much. I'll just go ahead with the regular streaming from next Tuesday. I'll keep the schedule Tuesday, Indian Standard Time, 10 p.m. IST.
Yep.
And so I think the first thing
and one more thing,
sure.
And I call it Tuesday Tech Talks.
Tuesday Tech, easy to say. It's on Tuesday. Tuesday Tech Talks. There you go. TT Talk. I'm trying to think of the Tuesday Tech. Yeah, TT Talks. Hashtag TT Talks.
Yes, so that can be done.
The one thing I would say, by the way, you could call it Tuesday Tech Talks. That's awesome. I don't know what your schedule's like. I don't know how flexible you are, but if it were me, I would probably take the Tuesday. I like the idea of putting it in there, but if you do need to change the day, that does make it potentially challenging at that point. So just a thought. If it were me, I might just say something like, Tech Talks with Neil, for example, like something along those lines, so that it does allow you the flexibility to move the day if you need to. Or the other thing it can do is it allows you to be able to move the day if you determine your analytics tell you need to be going live on a different day. Okay. So
yes, it's a good point. I'll take it to account. I love that idea of talking like being flexible, having this name Tech Talks with Neil. So that will give me some flexibility.
Yeah.
So if I somehow miss on a Tuesday, I can go on live on Wednesday or Thursday that way.
Exactly. And so, and here's a great comment, by the way, from NLTMW, who always has some great, always shares great insights. They say, plan to allow for life event interruptions.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. Even if you missed that Tuesday, then you missed that Tuesday. Yes. Just go again next week. Because here's the thing, though. What people need to do. You got to be consistent. So if everybody knows you come on a Tuesday, and then you go on a Wednesday, you're throwing them off. You see what I'm saying? Monday Night Football is on Monday night. They know. So even if something happens and they don't show it on Monday, they know next week Monday it's going to be there again. So try to be consistent on your day. So even if you do Tuesday and you miss one, okay, you missed one.
Next Tuesday.
You make sure you go back next Tuesday because all your followers are going to click in to watch you on Tuesday.
By the way, I want to also, you know what? And I want to thank NLTMW for reminding me of this. StreamYard has a feature. So like you mentioned, you said you have work. I know you know what I'm going to say, Charles.
Yeah, I know. I just like, yeah.
You know, so you have work. And here's the thing, you got work, you got life events, you still want to have a life. So how do you actually still go about doing this? And by the way, there's some really good questions. I think Chad Matthew actually says, does it always have to be live? Is it something he can pre-record and upload on Tuesdays only? So there is a feature inside of StreamYard.
Yep.
And we released this. I can't remember how long ago we released it. It was very, very, very recent.
2 weeks
I think
ago.
around yeah.
2 weeks ago, yeah, and I've been using it ever since.
This is the feature, okay? So what this does, here's the key thing. The takeaway is you've got to build a base, okay? You need to build, like, I will say this, like, if you're like, hey, you know what, you're trying to get into a consistent routine and schedule for live streams. However, the challenge obviously is, okay, you've got work, you've got potentially life events, you still want to go, hang out with your friends, do all sorts of stuff, right? And I'm not saying use this every single time. This is to help you get that base built quickly. And it's to use pre-recorded streaming. So basically what it does is it is like, for example, we're live right now. This show fits because, hey, we're interacting with people, things like that, right? We want to have people on screen. However, let's say like when we come back on, what is it, October, I think, Charles? When we come back in October, we're not going to be pre-recording it, but let's say we happen to have something come up and we're like, you know what, let's pre-record this. We would pre-record it like the day before, the week before, whatever, right? And then in StreamYard, we would use the pre-record live feature. So for example, that's what this looks like. And so if you go to create a broadcast, you're simply going to use a pre-recorded video. Do you see this?
Yes.
So we click use pre-recorded. And then the option here is we can select either. So if we create something off of our computer, we can completely do it off of our computer. Or if we've got a past broadcast that we wanted to do, we just simply have to go and choose that broadcast. And so like, let's just happen to say it was this video. Okay. We would then do this. We would say, okay, we want to broadcast it to here. We would select the start time. So for example, if we were going to go live on Tuesday or something like that, and then we'd schedule an announcement post. For example, this would go out on the social platform, and then that way people know about it. Does this make sense?
Yep.
And so the benefit for you here is that it can at least help you get that, like, right now you're in sort of in a bit of a influx, right? Trying to figure out, when do I go live? How, because you got to get the routine down. That's the other thing. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to flip the camera on and go live.
Yeah.
So I would recommend using the pre-recorded streaming feature, and don't use it every time. That's the key thing.
Yeah. Don't rely on it. It's there
until it is extremely necessary.
Exactly. You are the star. Remember, you are the star. It's there to keep your fans happy, and just say, hey guys, and then you put it on there. But remember, you are the star.
And the other piece I want to add to that is like I'll kind of tell you like what my strategy is. So my strategy is, like, I do another show. It's once a week, and we would normally go live every single week. But guess what? We've started to build in one time a month. We're using a pre-recorded feature. And guess what that's going to do? We still have to do the time recording it, but it's going to give us a little bit more flexibility. So for example, it might give you that hour back so that you can go do it to network with people, for example, or maybe you got to work on a website, or you got to do some video editing. So, or maybe you want some free time. It can give you some of that back. And then the other benefit is, in addition to kind of giving you some of that time back, it also, is an opportunity for you to go and engage with your viewers. Because as I know, Neil, you're running your stream by yourself probably, right?
Yes. I'm all alone.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And so this would actually be a chance for you to actually sort of just think of it like this. It's like you're always working in the business versus it lets you actually get out for, like, an hour, for example. If your stream is 1 hour, you could go and you could then spend that 1 hour going over to the destinations where people are watching from and interact with them. So they actually, you're kind of shaking some hands, things like that. You know, you're getting to know your audience.
Right. All right. All right. Neil.
Let's let me pull up his video real quick, actually, Charles, by the way.
I'm excited to see him go live.
So let's take a look at your first video real quick and let's just see how that looks. And by the way, Charles and I were kind of getting their whole routine thing down. So let's see. So this is Neil's video. So this is Neil's world. Okay. And we're going to look at, let's look at this one because this is the first one I see. Improve audio for beginner, YouTube creator. What does it say? Let's just look at it. So improve audio for beginner YouTube creator with mic upgrades. So I think I would partly like figure out like what's the keyword you're going to use. I see you've got like audio, road, boya as your like hashtags. Yeah. By the way, on YouTube, you can include 3 hashtags in your videos. You just put them on anywhere in the video and it will pick up the first 3. Okay. So let's just take a look. Okay. So just give you, let's watch a few seconds of this. Okay, so basically, I think the first few seconds you're off camera, right? And then you're on camera, but you're kind of controlling it, right?
Yep.
And then you're kind of coming in. Okay, so it's basically you. Are you talking most of the time? Let's see. Okay, it looks like you bring up a microphone. By the way, for those of you who want to get, if you have stuff you're bringing up on screen, for example, like this, if you don't have the camera that actually has good quick autofocus, you can always just bring the item up and put your hand behind it, and that'll actually encourage your camera what you want it to focus on. Okay, let's see. So you're basically the bottom line is you're mostly on screen for the whole thing, right?
Okay.
Oh, there's a screen share there. Okay, cool, Charles. Okay, it looks like you're doing some podcasting recommendations here with Audacity, I think.
So it was like how to remove the noise using Audacity. It's a very simple, quick tip.
Okay, can you go back for a second, Christian, to the beginning?
The beginning of the whole video?
No. So when you were showcasing the microphone, did you pull up a picture of the mic so people can see it first before you showed it to them? So here's a helpful hint. If you guys are going to show a product, you can find the product online, and with StreamYard, you can put in overlays. So you can pop it up on the screen to show them what it is, and then show it in your hand. So that's another thing you can do right there. So find it online, cut it out. You can pop it in and then pop it up and say, hey, today's mic is going to be, and you push it so they can see it because it's got that beautiful picture. And then you can show it in your hand and show it how it looks and what it does. And then you can also have the name underneath it. So then they go, hey, today we're going to be talking about the blah, 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 blah. There it is. And then I also have it right here. And I'm loving the weight of it. I'm loving how it looks and feels. And then you can go from there.
Any other questions, Neil?
Yeah, just wanted to know how do I do the keyword research for my videos? I also do the non-live videos. So I'm a pretty bit worried about how to do a keyword research because my videos are actually spread in terms of niches. It's not pretty niche down.
So part of that's going to be like, so I think there's one tool. There's a tool called keyword.io. Let's see, I think it's keyword.io.
Yeah.
So like that would be like a good tool to start with. Like the reason we recommend something like that. Again, these are just things Charles and I would recommend. So basically keyword.io, it's a tool for like, you can search across Google, YouTube, Wikipedia, Yandex, questions, things like that people may have. So it's a free keyword research tool. That's where I'd start and then kind of build from there. And also, by the way, I will say one thing I did like about your channel. I liked the thumbnail, the text on the thumbnails. So like, keep in mind, by the way, your titles and your thumbnails don't have to be the same.
No.
So like you want the thumbnail to be catchy enough to where somebody sees that on YouTube. That might be the first thing that they're gravitating towards. And then the text that comes up after that's next to it, that might tell them a little bit more insight into it.
Yeah, and make it fun. Like I said, you're a tech guy. You know what I mean? I want to see the wires. I want to see you laughing at it. I want to see you looking at it. Like, have some fun with it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I'll keep that in mind. I'll just because I'm mostly doing what I'm just putting the main text of the title into the thumbnails as of now.
Yeah, because
Just be
remember,
selective.
yeah, remember we want to see your personality. So your personality in the thumbnails, your personality on doing this stuff, and then we're gonna gravitate to you to watch more of your shows.
Yes, I'll try to incorporate it in my next thumbnails and coming thumbnails.
There you go.
Awesome. And by the way, don't be afraid to do some split testing of your thumbnails. So for example, and that's where like you'd make, for example, you may see us do that on StreamYard. I manage our channel and I do multiple thumbnail designs. So I do an A/B split testing. So I might do one in like, I might do a different color, for example, or I might do two totally different like pieces of text on the thumbnail or two completely different designs. I don't do, for example, I don't do one thumbnail with different text, a different color, and a different design, and then do another one with a completely different text, design, and color. I try to not change. Like I might just say, okay, let's pick one item, let's test it, let's see what works.
Yeah.
And then we adjust. Because remember, you can always do A/B split testing.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Keep it up, man.
One more thing. Do you do this A/B testing without using any tools like the TubeBuddy's A/B testing feature? Because it's pretty costly as of now for me, particularly. Can I do it like keeping one thumbnail for some days and then switching over to the next thumbnail and checking out the performances in the analytics and all?
So I use TubeBuddy for that.
Okay. Yep.
I do use that. Yeah.
But you know,
that's yeah.
If you want, I know you're talking about cost effective. So you have followers, right? Ask your followers.
Yes.
So ask your followers, you know, what they like and what they want to see and stuff. Because more you bring in your fans in, the more things they're like, oh, he's asking me. Okay, yeah, and they'll give you the tips. They'll tell you what you like.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
All right, I can't wait to see you. Go live. Go live. Go live.
Yeah, sure. Next Tuesday I'll be live.
All right, everybody. There you go. Make sure you check out his channel.
Fantastic, man. We got some really. I gotta say, I love bringing on all the. Love seeing all the like great shows that everyone's doing. By the way, Miss B Finesse, yes, you finally got into a live. Yes, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. If you want to come on screen with us, we can put the link in the comments. Let's see. So let's see if there's any questions real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. And I think Justin is he's getting ready. He's going there.
Yes.
I see he's got a co-host as well. So I want to know what the co-host's name is. Keeps walking back and forth. You guys will understand when we pop him up.
Let's see. So couple of really good points, I think. So Russ Budden saying jump into it. So Neil, this is advice for you. Don't try and make it perfect the first time. Actually, This is advice for everyone.
Yes.
Don't try and make it perfect the first time. That's the great thing about live streaming. It also helps create authenticity.
Buddy, say it again. Say it again, because that's what I try to do. I tried to make it too perfect, and it made it worse.
Well, and here's the thing. If you try to, so it creates authenticity. So live streaming creates authenticity. So, just kind of to elaborate on that, think of it like this. If you're trying to make everything perfect, if you're like, you know what, everything has to be right. I have to have the camera in the right position. I forgot my light, for example, things like that, right? Don't let that stuff stress you out. That's basically creates stress. So then if you're on your streams, you're going to be even more stressed about going live.
I would hold on real quick before we bring Justin on.
Yeah,
I was so interested in all my set stuff. I came down early, put the set on, did everything. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And I'm like, the countdown was counting down, and I realized I was still in my jammies. I was in my robe, my shirt. I didn't go change. I was so thinking about the set, wanting it to be perfect. I forgot my routine. I forgot about me, and I had to jump off real quick, go find a shirt, throw it on. And thank God it's only waist high.
Exactly. Yep.
So there you go. Don't have to be that perfect. All right, let's bring on Justin. You ready? Let's go.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Hey,
how we doing?
There's the co-host. I've been seeing.
This is Barana. She's more popular with my subscribers than I am.
So what's the channel we're pulling up, by the way?
So it's O'Donnell for Liberty, and background is, as you can tell by the signs, I ran for Congress and I ran for Senate. I used to be incredibly politically involved in New Hampshire, and in 2020, when everything went to shit and shut down and we couldn't hold campaign events while I was running for U.S. Senate, we went to StreamYard to be able to use StreamYard to host virtual campaign events and town halls and candidate meet and greets. And then recently, after a year off, late 2021, this past August, I decided, you know what? I actually really enjoy doing that. And I really want to, I don't want to ever run for office again, but I do enjoy being politically involved and providing political commentary. I'm going to start a show. And so in August, I started this show. It's been slow growing. I get way more listens on Spotify than I do on YouTube. And so it's still kind of confusing to me how to really focus on the YouTube, because that's the format I enjoy more, is the video and the interaction with guests and bringing interesting people on. And I have had the benefit of, I do have a blue checkmark verified Twitter account. So I get to leverage that to get good guests. Like I've had Gary Vaynerchuk, I've had Mark Pellegrino, I had Ashton Birdie on last night. So getting good guests to boost the audience, but watch time still tends to dwindle on the live videos, and not much audience interaction from chat and live videos as much as I'd like.
Okay, so hold on. Let me backtrack, because you said something to me that's key, and you're like, "Oh, it's not what I want," but you're getting it. You said you're getting listeners on, listening to you by, podcast style. They like listening to you guys. They might be driving, they might be jogging, they might be doing anything. They're like, yeah, I agree with you 110%, but they can't watch. So don't be disheartened that you're not getting views, but you are getting listens. So this is a platform for you. It will grow, because what you do is in your shows now, you can say, hey, I know you guys are listening to me, and it's great. And if you want to see what my guest is and some of the stuff we have in there, don't forget to watch me on my YouTube channel. So you're actually flipping the script. So you're talking to your listeners, for your listeners to come over to watch you now and then. So don't be disheartened that you're getting a lot of listeners. That's fantastic. And you got the blue check mark. Come on now. You got, you got to leverage that too. Because don't forget, with StreamYard, it is the best thing to do. We also have, you can download sound, right? StreamYard, you can download sound. You can download the audio. You can do individual. You can do the whole thing. So you can do sound bites to get people to come over to your channel. That's a key thing that StreamYard is giving everybody now, sound bites for your podcast. So, go with it, run with it.
And that's one of the key things that I do is after every live show, I immediately download video, download sound. Sound goes to Anchor and Spotify. Video goes to my other video platforms like Odyssey and Anchor. And I also make sure to edit clips for video. Because that's what I enjoy, and that's the platform. I know what I want to see in a video, and so I edit the clips that I enjoy in video, and those get more play. But I don't listen to podcasts, so it's hard for me to guess what I like out of a podcast to put up.
Yeah, so I want to say something real quick to that.
Yeah.
So the one piece of information I just heard, you create something that you want to listen to,
right?
That you want to do. However, we also need to look at, I would flip the script on that.
Yep.
And I would say you need to look at what your audience wants to do.
Yes.
Because for example, I love, for example, I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts. I have a podcast, but for example, if that's the format that my audience wants, I'm going to make it for them. And so same thing, if you want video, for example, if you do video because you're like, hey, I like to create creative outlet or things like that. But if your audience, for example, prefers the audio side, again, you have to figure out a way to get them there. But that's where I would want to go talk with my audience. I would try to, whether it's, if there's a Facebook group or if there's a community that you've already got built or you're building one, bring those people in and then listen to them, for example, in the sense of, if they're if somebody says, well, oh, you know what? Hey, they might tell you, hey, I listen to your show when I drive to work.
Yep.
They may say, I listen to it because it pops up on my phone as a notification. So basically think like this, you're driving on a road and you've got billboards and you got roads, exit ramps and things like that. Right. And so what may be happening is you may be thinking, oh, it's going to be the straight line, but the person's journey along the way may be Maybe they got to go buy 10 billboards and a couple of exit ramps, for example. And so what could be happening is you could be losing them to some of those other things. So for example, if the person says, hey, I listen to your show because I do it when I'm running, because that's the only time that they get, the video makes sense, but that's not what your listeners want, your audience.
Right.
So
yeah, the whole reason I started uploading to Spotify in the first place was I actually had two close friends tell me that they would prefer to be able to listen to it while driving. And so I put it up for them.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, like Spotify gives you great metrics about where your listeners are from, what kind of demographics. And the majority of my listeners are in Finland and Norway. I don't understand how that happens because I'm talking about US politics most of the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, you find that as well, because when I did my analytics, most of my views came from England. So I'm like, okay, like you gotta work with it. And the time that they were watching it is crazy. And I'm like, well, they're watching it 7 hours after, but they still enjoyed it. So you got to go with it. Because one thing that I do love, that if you're getting these big stars, then I don't really care if I'm seeing them or hearing them. You got these big stars. You know what I mean? People will hear that you have them on the show and they'll see them. So either way, you're doing a great thing from getting it there.
And you need to, by the way, if you get those big stars, I want to throw this out there because it's something I talked about earlier this week. And it's if you get those big stars, don't assume that they're going to help you promote it.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So it's awesome. You get the big star, you get the big name.
Yep.
But what you're going to, it's awesome that you got that. So what you're going to then probably want to do, if it were me, I would then take that video, for example, chop it up into, again, going back to the example we gave with Randy earlier, we talked about how, like, if he's got a 1 hour video, don't put it out on YouTube. If his goal is to drive them into a membership site, for example, you're giving the milk away for free. So in this case, take that video, and if it's going up on YouTube, for example, and you don't care if people watch on YouTube and they watch the whole thing there, that's great. Put it up on YouTube, optimize it. Put that person's name in there, for example, and then on your social platforms, on your Twitter platform that has that nice blue check mark.
Yep.
Try and do a favor. Try and with that, try and mention that person, for example. See what hashtags they might be using. See if you can insert your interview, for example, into some of those conversations, because there are going to be people that are going to. They may have feeds set up on Twitter, for example, that say, you know what, they're following people, and when that person is mentioned, they're getting it in a certain feed. So you may want to leverage that angle as well to bring those people back. And then have, as we mentioned earlier, calls to action throughout. If it's a video, put the call to action to subscribe. If it's a podcast that they're listening to, don't forget to remind them, hey guys, we have a YouTube channel. Don't tell them to go to YouTube and search for it.
Right.
This is what I would do. I personally do this. Make short URLs. Branded short URLs. So, for example, what's your website? For example, is there a domain name?
Not right. Like I said, I kind of went at this really haphazardly, but I do have like a merch store set up that I plan to eventually end up hosting the podcast on the merch store as a full suite. The merch end up being secondary to a blog and the videos and the podcast.
So what I would do is, this is what I would do. I would buy a domain. And I would set up redirects. So like your website host, they can usually help you with, you buy the domain. Yep. And then you could set up a redirect. It could be something like myawesomewebsite.com/Spotify, for example. So this way, if you're listening, for example, it could be like, hey, if you want to go leave us a review on Spotify, go to website.com/Spotify. And what that does is it redirects them to the place on Spotify. And you have a separate one set up for Apple, and you have a separate one set up for YouTube. And so then that way, you can make those calls during the podcast to drive them. Like, hey, don't forget, we also have, if you want to watch the actual interview, go to myawesomewebsite.com/YouTube or something.
Quick question for you, my friend, because now you got another subscriber on Twitter.
Fantastic.
But here's a question for you, because I'm searching through your Twitter. And I don't see you don't go live on Twitter?
Yeah, I got banned from Periscope because one of my guests said some inflammatory stuff about the war on terror. So I had brought on Scott Horton and Adam Kakesh, who are really big anti-war advocates, to talk about the day of the end of Afghanistan war. And Scott Horton ended up saying some things that ended up getting us nuked from both Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
So I'm working on Periscope. We're working on getting unbanned from Periscope, but Facebook is a dying platform anyways.
Okay. So I'm going to go and bring up your channel real quick. Let's take a quick look at this. And then, by the way, Zoraima, who's backstage, we're going to bring you on next. Awesome. So, oops, wrong screen. Let's go and bring that up. Okay, so this is channel.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charles, do you want to take a look at any, or I'm actually the one driving, so let me take a look at these. So
here's the first thing I would say. I like the stuff, but everything looks dark to me. I don't know if it's just me off the bat. Like everything is black. I know you're doing your color scheme, but then I couldn't really for me to find different ones to catch me. They all look the same. There's nothing different about them yet for me to look at the different ones. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same style each one. Try throwing some different. I know you're taking a screenshot from your show, right? But ask before your show starts. Tell your guest to do something funky and take a screenshot and use that. You know.
So for the clips, so for the live shows, I do use the scheduling tool when I build the thumbnail, using a format that make everything consistent with portrait of the guest, portrait of myself, and whatnot. Right. But for the clips that I do make after, I just kind of let YouTube pick the thumbnail right out of the middle. So. Okay,
so I'm going to give you just a couple of quick tips on this, by the way, as well. I'm going to play this. I want to look at the same thing Charles was looking at. If it were me for these thumbnails, I would take you off the thumbnail. Okay. I would use that as the real estate to get so you also have to look at so there's a timestamp that's going up there, as you can see. I would make the guest big.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of text on these, and I got to say, I can't read these.
Okay.
No. So, for example, I would be using some of the text that you have here, for example. For example, this says the American capitalist, for example. So it could be the American capitalist might be the text with Mark, for example, Mark Pellegrino. Does that make sense? So that way the thumbnail is primarily him with that text, and then people will tune into that. Like you may have your logo branded on there, but it doesn't need to be front and center, your YouTube channel, for example, on the thumbnail. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because your guests are your stars. So more that you can see them, I'd be like, oh, who is that? And then I just click on it. Who's that person? I click on it. Like Christian said, it'll drive me to look at that more. Like, for example, I'm looking at him right now. I would love for him to be the biggest one. That guy with the yellow hat on his head.
Yeah.
Right. So that just drew me right to that channel because it's funny. You know what I mean? So if you could have that bigger, and then I can look at it and go, look, that one looks pretty funny. That one looks pretty funny. Then I'm gonna gravitate and watch those.
And so let me take a quick look at these. I'm gonna just play. I'm playing with the sound off. That way,
I
don't want to get. So okay. So I got actually. It looks like I have internet issues today. I gotta say. So you've got. So it looks like I'm just fast forward through this. I guess you've got a nice intro. It looks like. I like the background you've got. I think the background does help. I would possibly try and adjust the colors to what Charles was saying. Like make it a little more bright. Maybe flip it. Maybe do yellow. I mean, yellow obviously with text on top of it's usually hard to read, but yellow might help in some cases. Like it makes it look a little more exciting.
Okay.
And don't remember, you don't have to brand fully. That's the thing with branding. You have your colors, but everything doesn't have to be that color. So if you want to use blue, use blue, red, change it up.
Yeah.
I like doing sometimes. I say to the guests, "Hey, what's your favorite color?" And they tell me, and then that's the color I'm using for that show. Right.
The other thing I'd also look at is so your kind of angles. So it looks like you're maybe facing a screen, and then you've got something else. You got the camera right here, to your side, here. And then you've got a screen. And so you're looking at the camera. Sorry, you're looking at the screen and your camera's over here capturing that.
Right.
Kind of like the position you're in right now. So I would either consider maybe getting that camera right in front of you if the goal is to be right there on screen. Does that make sense? Because you see how your guest is like looking directly at the camera, and then you're kind of off to the side looking like this, for example.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it was finding a place where the camera would stay where the cat wouldn't kill it, and I am working on getting a new camera. So.
There you go. There you go.
One last thing. So you mentioned you're looking at getting a new camera. If you happen to have a smartphone, for example, these new iPhones and Android devices, they're great. They have great cameras in them. There is an app. It's called Reincubate Camo, and it's a way like if you want to like use your smartphone as a webcam, great option to do that. So you don't have to go make the investment into like a DSLR camera. If, for example, you're just starting out and kind of seeing, what actually is going to work and what's not going to work. So awesome. Cool. Any other feedback, Charles? No,
it looks good. I just want to see him, like start pushing it out and change some of those colors and stuff. And I think more people would gravitate to it, and it'll look a little different for people each time.
And one last thing I just want to add real quick, as I'm kind of flipping through this, I see you've got your Patreon link up here in the top. That's basically driving them back to community, by the way, for those of you watching. I would recommend, I don't necessarily see where you're asking people to, maybe you're telling them, but maybe consider having a banner or something like that in your StreamYard dashboard to encourage people to subscribe. Like something you pull up 3 times throughout the show.
Yeah, the banner that scrolls is the whole subscribe, like, share, go and get your merch.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that banner. After a while, people stop seeing the banners.
Right.
That's why when you flash something on the screen, people's eyes gravitate and look at it, and they pop it back off. So the banner's there; they'll look at it a couple of times. But if you say, "Hey, subscribe to this right here," when they pop it on and pop it off, it gives you more of an angle than it constantly just going across the bottom. Okay. So I use the scroll for like a few minutes. I'm like, hey, go to Christian's website. I'm going to leave it there for a second. And as I keep talking, it's scrolling so they can type it down or read it easier. And then I pop it back off. Because after a while, if I keep doing this, you're going to get used to it after a while.
Right.
Right. So give them something different to look at.
And then one last comment, by the way, that I want to bring up. This is from NLTMW. And again, this is kind of some of those angles to look at. He says, always remember mobile, smaller screens when adding text to thumbnails. So it looks decent on YouTube. I guarantee you, like if you go on the YouTube app, if YouTube's your platform where you're streaming to, go on the YouTube app, pull up your channel and look at the thumbnails. They may look really good on mobile, but on desktop, they're super small. So kind of keep that in mind. YouTube kind of plays this game where so the thing is, it's about coming up with a consistent thumbnail that looks good visually. It's not too text heavy, and it still fits within the brand.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. Very cool. I want to thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or anything like that, you're welcome to reach out. And then don't forget, by the way, we also have the free Facebook group that we have for StreamYard. So if you're not part of our free Facebook group, you can just go to facebook.com/groups/StreamYard community and join us there.
All right, will do.
All right, my friend.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Okay, bye.
All right, so we're going to bring on our next guest, but I want her to tell us right off the bat because she was just laughing in the background where she made a mistake. I think she could recognize that she did something. I want to know what that story is. So let's bring her on.
Good morning. How you doing?
Morning. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. My name is Raima Jones and my channel is Soy y Más and it's in Spanish. When I started, I just been 2 months on this whole world of YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I was 2 instances. Once I'm talking and I was like, "Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. Thank you for this show, blah, blah, blah." 10 minutes later, it's like, "We can hear you." I was like, "We're going to go to the set to say hello." And I was like, "Oh, great."
You're on mute.
Another 10 minutes.
So the whole time you muted.
And then the second time it's like, "I'm ready. I'm halfway." And then it was like, my husband is like coming in and out. And it was crazy that day because I'm homeschooling. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
I come in and then I started, it was as a matter of fact this week. And I go, why am I so dark? And I'm already starting. I'm looking at then I glance at myself, and I was like, why am I so dark? And then the eyelashes falling apart. I was like, oh my God, what is going on today? It's one of those days, but I'm trying to make sure it's like, okay, is this light good? Is it too white? Is it too brownish? Because since most of my content, it has to do with, I do entertainment, like Hollywood and Latin America, but I'm doing makeup while I'm doing all of this. So I want to make sure that my makeup shows, and it shows the true colors and stuff. So it's a whole lot of the lights. No, move it like 2 inches to this side. No, to this. So then I get so caught up on that part that I forget everything else on this side. It was one time that I was like, I forgot the graphics. Why did I forget the graphics? Oh my goodness.
So Christian, let's talk about how you do your show and I'll do my show. I have I have a second screen.
Okay.
And I do my show notes. So before the show starts, have your show notes ready.
Well,
okay.
I have ADD.
And if you watch this show, have a notebook so you can take notes.
I have that. I have that for this.
Cool.
But I do have notes for my show. I do 2 notes per show plus whatever side commentaries I have.
Okay.
Right.
So I have that in front of me, and then I have to have Post-its to get on the chronological order of what I'm using stuff, even to say hello and whatnot.
Okay.
Because same thing, my ADD got caught up in the best of me, and then my shows went from 1 hour to 2 hours. So, and I was like, okay, and even though I had a good engagement for being a new channel, I was like, no, I need to scale it back because it's taking then a whole lot of time, and that's supposed to be dinner and blah blah blah. All the personal life comes.
So here's another tip.
I got lots of tips for you, by the way. And by the way,
thank
Zori, you've been on before.
Yes.
So NLTMW remembers that her audio was totally improved from the last time. Yes.
Oh, I got that Samsung microphone. Thank you very much. It's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Right. So here's another thing too. With StreamYard, don't forget you can make folders. So you can put your production in folders. So when you have this, it's already preset for you. So don't worry about, I forgot to drop this in there and drop this. You can make folders in StreamYard for every show, for every part of your show. So what I do is when I'm doing part 1, there's a folder. I just go in there, click it, and all my stuff is there that I need.
Wait a minute. Where is that at?
So let's do this.
You just like...
Let's demo this. Actually, can we demo this? We got time for that, Charles?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do it real quick. We got a lot of people in the green room, but so this is what I tell everybody. When you're doing a lot of stuff in your shows, StreamYard gives you the ability to do folders, not just folders for graphics, but folders for drop thirds, for information, like any of that stuff. Build folders, and what you do is you name your folders. So you said, okay, this is the time I'm going to talk about the makeup. Then you just hit the folder called makeup, and everything you need to know about your folder is in there. You just click and keep going.
So let me walk you through how this is set up. So, okay, so this is comments. We know what that is. Yeah. We know settings. We know private chat, right? So then you've got banners and you've got brand.
Correct.
So Charles, which one you want to go into?
Let's go banners first.
Okay. So
all of those are in Christian's folder. And he can use them anytime he wants. He can name them. He can whichever one he wants. So for any show, and
order them,
And here's the great thing about it: it doesn't make a difference what show you're doing. Those banners will always be there. So say there's a folder in another show that you want to pull up, you can still click that and go into that banner and bring it across for this show that I'm doing.
You just blew my mind right now. It's like.
So let me show you how to get to this again. And we haven't even gotten to the brands folder, by the way, yet. So,
goodness.
So you're in your StreamYard dashboard, and we're going to go to banners. And then let's just say you're in this folder right here. Correct. You're going to see the name at the top. You got the back arrow. So you can go back. If you click in here, you can rename the folder or you can delete it. Or you can just go back and you can have a separate folder, for example. So I can create folder.
So we're going to call it anyways, cups.
Okay.
So there it is. There's the folder cups.
And you can drag to reorder these, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
And then you can rename them. We can duplicate the folder. We can delete the folder if we want to. But so if this was like, let's just see if I can do this. Let's duplicate.
Oh my goodness.
This. So look what that did when I duplicated the folder. It created a second copy of it and it copied over my banners.
So now he can use it for multiple shows, put it in any shows.
Yeah.
So here's the thing for me. So go to cups. He's going to open that folder, and now he's going to put different information. So drink water, juice, like different things, whatever. For
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
And if you want to make these scrolling, by the way, we could also say, let's just say it was milk, and we wanted milk to be a scrolling ticker. Just select that. You get up to 1,000 characters, by the way, and you just hit add banner, and then now there we go.
So whatever show he's thinking, and someone says, "Oh, I saw that cup you had the other day on that last show." You're like, "Okay, hold on." You just go to the folder, click, and then there's all the information right there for you.
Interesting.
And now, so that's just the banners. Now, the other thing you can do is you can go under brand, and this is where you can select. So you can put the brand color. We can select the theme for like the style of the comment that comes up. We can add a logo. We can add overlays, for example, as you can see here. These are ones that we've done for the show.
Yeah, I use that frequently. And I've been using the videos because since I'm doing makeup, I make them into 10-second videos, like the graphics, so it comes out on its own.
Right. So you in here, you can do the exact same thing. You can make more folders for your graphics as well.
And that's, again, same thing. We go click here. We can rename or delete. We can go back to whatever.
I have not explored the little thing, the little arrow. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna delete that one.
And then here's the hold on, go back there for a second, Christian. One thing I love about what StreamYard did, you see when you brand each one, when you put a logo in it, it keeps the logo, so real fast you know which one has which folder that you need for that show. So he can put a logo in. When he puts the logo in any picture, it's going to put it in the folder as your link.
So this is in a way for me to be able to work ahead. So if I have my notes and instead of deleting everything and then installing everything and then where did I left those pictures and oh my goodness.
No more.
Weight lift out of my shoulders. Crazy.
So the other thing I would also tell you, so like I know some people like to write down all their notes, which is awesome. But if you can
simplify it, please.
This is what I do. I actually use Google. I use Google Drive.
Yep.
Okay.
And what I do is I make a document in Google Drive. What I do though, there's a way you can basically you put a title for each page, and like you can make it like a heading 1. And what it does is along the left hand side, it creates. So like I literally just duplicate the page each week, and then I replace the title. I replace all the little snippets of the things that I need for the show.
Okay.
So for example, and the way I work is I work top down. So I move, I put the newest episode at the top and then push everything else down basically.
Okay.
And by the way, if you have questions on this, you're welcome to message me and I'm happy to show you.
You better believe I will. Because I'm trying to, so like I said, it takes space and it's not like I want to write it down. I wish, and I was there actually thinking like teleprompter, but I was like, I don't know how intuitive that will be with me trying to do this, doing makeup and then pressing buttons, click, and then the clicker might sound on the microphone and might catch it. All of that. I was like, I can't, and I don't have, I have a reduced amount of space as well. Yeah. So I was like,
here's a key thing in your folders. There's words that you use all the time, like blend and color scheme and all that stuff. Put those words in there. So when you say, okay, it's time for that number thing we always talk about, you push the button, it says blend on your screen. Now we're going to blend. It's already preloaded in your stuff.
Okay.
And I want to show you something real quick. And we still got to bring up your stream here, by the way. So what I want to do is I want to show you how I work. Okay. So I will go in the banner section. So let's say it's like, I'll use live stream reviews as an example. You all can see this, right? And so what I will do at times with these is if I have a section, for example, here, I'll use the example banners as a section. So these are comments you can bring on screen, right? And you can set ones as like, a lower, like a scrolling ticker or something like that, right? However, you see these right here, this lower thirds and run of show. These probably don't make any sense, right?
Yes.
So here's basically taking what you're doing in your notebook and kind of putting it into your live streams. this is the way I work. I move this to the top. I might say, you know what, this might be intro, for example.
Uh-huh.
Underneath that, I might put the question that I'm always going to ask people. I then might have a separate section. This might be...
You're organizing your points.
Yes.
Exactly. I might say demo, for example. And then there may be some text here, there may not be. This essentially, if you think about it, could be your run of show.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
And then you could do another one. It could be, outro, and then it could be like here. So for example, I try to keep a consistent look. So I say like outro. And then the next thing I might add underneath that, it might be subscribe on YouTube with a link. For example, I might have that as the outro, and then I might have another one that's website, for example. Okay. And so that might be a scrolling ticker. So I'll do it something like that. So then that way, if I know I'm at the outro, I know I'm going to do this and I'm going to pull this up.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that way I don't have to. And remember, you can also drag. Hopefully this doesn't blow your mind, because everyone.
No. I'm grasping everything. I'm taking notes, but I'm grasping the whole thing.
So you
because
can
I mean I'm familiar with being able to switch it and move it and that stuff, but the I'm like, that did blow my mind too. First of all, the folders. Second of all, that I can organize my points, because I do about 8 to 9 different notes about celebrity and all of that stuff. So then it's easier for me to organize their names here, and rather than having post-its everywhere.
Yeah.
So
and then,
because it's less clutter and it's less stress to have, did it fail? Or there is the flipping page noise kind of thing going on. And I will do that Google Drive notes. So you have that side by side with your with your monitor, Charles. Is that or Christian? Is that how you do it?
So typically the way I set things up is I will divide my screen up. So like right now I have the StreamYard dashboard open, and then I will have like Google Drive open in another, like
you have it on the 2 windows.
Yeah. Now, however, if you have, I'm throwing out some other ideas here. So if you have a tablet, for example, so I'm gonna put myself full screen to show you guys this. So I have this tool. This is called a Luna display, and basically what this does is it's this little like tiny little dongle, and it plugs into my computer. And the way that this thing works is it makes a tablet, for example, an extra screen, or an old monitor an extra screen if I don't have enough space on my computer, things like that. And so then you could actually you could have your notes physically on the iPad, for example, if you have one of those, and you just scroll. And then now you're able to, you could easily see that this is if you want to extend your desktop. So you don't need this.
Because 2 screens are not enough.
Well, don't forget. Here's a thing too as well.
Because I can't see that one monitor.
Okay, so here's what people forget to do with their screens. If you drag what you're looking at to the bottom right corner and let it go, your screen actually splits itself.
On a PC, right?
Yeah. So your screen will actually split itself, so you can have 2 things on one monitor.
I have Mac.
Okay, on Mac. Okay, so on Mac, actually, Mac has a similar feature, actually. Let me see what it's called, actually. So I use a separate app for this. But let's see. So let me see how they actually have you do this. So hover the point over the full screen button in the upper left corner. So like on the, there it is. So on your window, and here, let me actually see if I can, I don't think this will show it, but let me try it. Charles, I know I got to get back on track. I know. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know. But this is for anybody that has a lot of stuff, but you don't have many monitors, but you want to read things off and look at things. Then you can split your screen and you can have little things to make it look. Because here's what you want to do. I know what she's saying. You don't want to be looking at your notes and then looking down at a book and then looking back up and then looking over here. You want to keep your eye focused onto the camera like you're talking to your guest. This is the best way for me, that it's right in front of you, right beside your screen, and you're just reading right there.
So what I want to, I can't really show you, but I will tell you what to do. So you see where my mouse pointer is right now, okay?
Yes.
So if you go to, how you have like the red and the yellow and the green buttons.
The 3 dots.
Mac? Yes. Hover over the green icon. And there's going to be an option that says enter full screen, tile left, tile right.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I see it.
So when you click that, this, by the way, she's on a PC. She's on a Mac.
On a Mac.
And so the way that it works is if she puts it in full screen, she hovers over that button. It lets her switch it and automatically move it to the side of the screen she wants.
Oh my goodness. I feel so dumb right now. Because I'm so afraid of exploring this thing sometimes that
I love about
mess it up.
You know what I love about that, Christian? You're doing it, and I think Zan, he's up next. He's doing it as you're doing it. I'm seeing you, Zan. I can see you.
I totally need to. I got to start making animated gifs of everyone with all their like excitement and all the like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see him in the background. He's like, wait, what dot? I'm seeing him. Look, he's sitting there clicking. Oh
my goodness, this is like. This. Oh my goodness, you have no idea how much this will facilitate my note taking. It's amazing. And because I type faster than I can write with my hands too, and change fonts and colors, so I don't miss certain names or times or that kind of stuff.
This is why I love about the StreamYard. It makes it easier to use other stuff with StreamYard. Some platforms you can't do this because it doesn't allow you. You can't do this. It doesn't allow you. StreamYard opens things up for possibilities to try new things. And that's one day I was driving. I'm like, I got too many things to read. I'm got to read this program. Let me just Hey, wait, I can do that. It works. So, try things out.
I sure will. Now, can I ask you some questions now?
Yes, sir. So Charles. I'm going to refresh. I'll be right back.
Okay.
He got scared.
I'm going to let Charles, I'm going to let you run things for the moment here. I'll be right back because I got this awesome freeze frame. I'm sure people are having fun with this one. Okay, Charles, I'll be right back.
That's a meme. Don't do that.
All right. So go ahead. Real quick, because we got some people in the background. So give me one of your best questions.
Oh goodness. I have a few because I have friends that they're Spanish speakers that they're having issues with logging into. So how compatible is Safari, StreamYard with the Safari when someone else sends you a link? That will be one.
Okay.
And second, for the YouTube, what is it? TubeBuddy. Will you recommend it? Mm-hmm. And next is the hashtags and the hashtag and the titles. So I know you guys already touched some of that about the 3 hashtags and stuff. So when you're talking about, in my case, let's say for celebrities and such, do you recommend to put their names or put some information about that information about?
For me, I just look whatever hashtag they use, and I put that in. Because when people click on it, then they'll read their whole bio because they've already did their marketing to use their hashtag. So, why go through all the stress of trying to type stuff out when you could just put, if you say Charles Matthews and you put my hashtag, when they click it, it'll show everything I do. So they'll see I'm an entertainer, I'm an MC and stuff. And they'll be like, oh, that's who she's interviewing? So that just cuts your work out. Because here's the thing. Remember, cut your work out easier. That's why people burn out when they're streaming. Oh, too much work. No, make it easy when you're streaming. Keep it easy. When it comes to sharing, when you share the link, it helps everybody. It says in Chrome. So share the link with your guests way ahead of time. Because remember, if you have a show on Saturday, you should be sending out the link by Thursday so they can test it, get any links out. They can call you back and say it's still not working. You don't want to wait last minute till Saturday when, my guest is coming on and they can't get on. So always send the link out early and tell them, test it. Because here's the great thing about StreamYard. They can actually click the link and put their name in. And when the show comes on and they click it again, their name's already popped in. It already finds them and it remembers them and everything, and it'll bring them back in. So that's a great thing about StreamYard. It already finds them, presets it, and brings them in, right? And then I think you were saying TubeBuddy is the other thing you're asking.
Yeah.
Now, it's great to start, but start gradually. Any process you use or anything you use, make sure that you are fully comfortable with your stream first. before you start going out and doing other stuff. So for example, like see all these things we just showed you?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you get everything on point first and then start using other stuff to push out. Because you don't want to confuse yourself. So like we said, get the hashtags right. Learn to use these other folders and stuff right. Because when you start using other tools to really push your brand, you want to make sure you look clean and ready to go. Because if they start pushing your brand and you keep messing up, people are going to be like, well, I'm not going to watch this again, or she's not ready. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
So make sure that you are comfortable in how you look and how you're ready.
Okay.
Before you start doing the next levels and stuff.
Sorry, one more question, and this is one of the important ones for me. So I've seen channels, and I personally took it off, that you have your subscriber number and below your name. Do you recommend to keep it on or to remove it? The reason why I remove it is because somehow on the type of environment that I'm dealing with, there's a lot of envies, a lot. So people start removing their, like, taking people away from you and all the other stuff. So, but what would you suggest? Keep the subscriber count or remove it in your experience?
That's a hard one because it depends. Like, people like to see how many subscribers you have. Me personally, I don't care, because my show and what I do for my brand is for whoever wants to see it. So I'm not one of those guys that says, look, I got 10,000 subscribers.
Okay.
It's really up to you.
Okay.
That's not why I stream. I stream for business. I stream for product. So I don't really care if it shows me that I have 100,000 or 20,000. If I can get 50 people and those 50 people are constant and they're bringing me business and they're telling other people and whatever, I'm good with that. I'm not somebody that has to say, oh, I got 20,000 Instagrammers. I got 20. That's just not me. It all depends on you. So I would say, figure out what you want to do and go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. And go do those folders.
I will do those folders. And so for being able to check or bring up the page so you can see the overlook or overview, how do I go about it?
What do you mean the page? Oh, you just click the folders?
No, for you guys to give, because I've been changing a little bit of the thumbnails.
Yeah, you can just leave go to Christian, leave a comment with Christian, and he will pop you up, and there he is.
Oh.
I've got some sort of internet issue going on. My internet's been doing this the last week, so I'm still here. What did I miss?
No, she just wants to know. She wants to keep in contact with you. So yeah,
sure.
There you go.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that, like, the new thumbnails and stuff. It's
okay. Yep, no worries.
The overview and overlook of it, and the new intro as well. But
all right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you. This is fantastic. I'm loving everybody's comments and everybody's questions and just asking comments and sharing. I love the part that everybody's sharing, and that's the main thing about what we do. We want to share. All right, let's keep it rolling. I know, Zen, you ready, buddy? Let's do
it. Hey guys, how are you, man? Charles and Christian, you guys are like, you're changing the world.
Thank you.
Because listen, just what you guys just showed, the that split screen and the photo, that's a game changer. that is, look, that's for me big time. And I love coming on here hanging out with you guys, because you guys, there's so much, it's so much juice here, so many answers here. Even when it's not your question, somebody else's question, we still learn from the answers that you guys give them, and then you give extra answers on top of that, which is really good. So I'm so happy to be a part of StreamYard and what you guys are doing, man. It's amazing.
There you go. I actually went to your channel and watched a couple of your shows.
Thank you.
So I went to your channel after Christian, like, you were the first one to commentate and go, yo, I can't wait for this show. I'm like, who is this? Man. So we went to your channel and I was like, yeah. And I love how you make people feel comfortable.
Thank you so much.
The episode, real quick, I was watching. She's like, "Oh, sorry to say it. I didn't want to." You're like, "Hey, no. You're like, this is for everybody. This is why we're here. It's everybody can just feel free." And she felt more comfortable, and that's what you got to do as a host. Bring people in, make them feel comfortable, and brand it. So
Thank you so much.
One thing I would say about your channel, though, what I want to see is when you were talking about certain things, like you kept bringing up those points.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see drop thirds.
Okay. I've got to learn how to do that. Yes.
I want to see drop thirds because when you kept mentioning it, you're like because you drove the point. You're like, oh, remember, blah blah blah.
Yes.
So I want to see that drop third on the screen.
Okay.
So it reminds people of certain key things.
Yeah, whatever you guys tell me to do, I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm gonna. It's not even thinking about it. It's you guys. For me, you guys are the experts. And going live, I start going live September the 1st. And I go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, and I'm sticking to that schedule for the rest of the year. And then in January, we're going to reassess what's the I'm going to measure and look at my data and my data. Look where I should go next. But for sure, either I'm going to add more days or I may switch the times. We'll see. But for right now, that schedule is locked in place. And because you want to give people, we're creatures of habits, and once people know that, and again, I love what you said earlier about the channel count and subscribers. I'm there, you lead with purpose, and my purpose is to build a great community based on creating and building better relationships through better communication, and that comes from having the conversation. And I want people to come on and no judgment. We're just there to support and give them a platform to have their opinion. And I'm really big about encouraging people. It's okay to have a different opinion. It's almost like having an orchestra. There's different instruments. We all have talent, different instruments. We all have different experiences. But with that, if you play the instruments right, and I'm like the conductor, then there's great harmony. And then now we got a symphony. So I don't want all the clash. I just don't allow it on my show. No profanity, no clashing back and forth, no attacking. It's a safe place where people can have a great time. And then the way I set the show up, I said this real quickly, structurally, the show is set up where the first half of the show is topical, and then the second half is for coaching and Q&A because I'm a certified confidence coach.
Okay, so in your show, I want to see transitions.
Okay, yeah, okay, good,
so
good.
If you're going from one to the next, let the people know you're changing over. So it could be like a drop third, a pop-up screen, a
overlay, even an overlay. So like, okay, like thanks everybody. Now we're gonna get into this part of the show or the coaching part, and then you can have like a sound effects. You can have like if you look, Christian always puts in the confetti. You can put confetti, changing things up or explosions or something. Like there you go.
I'm still here, by the way.
So you can say, okay, you're like, now it's time for the best thing. It's coaching time, everybody. And then, there we go.
I love that. I'm watching this replay like 10 times. So this is great because in the beginning, I told myself September and October is going to be practice and learning. And then by November, I'm going to have it down pat. Because I'm still learning StreamYard. I'm still learning.
And here, listen, everybody that's watching, play around with StreamYard.
Yes.
You don't have to go live every time. Pre-record yourself. Push buttons. See how it looks. Go, what if I do this? Oh, what if I do that? Remember, you can
that's a good idea.
Remember, you can pre-record and then watch it back and go, oh, I don't like that when I do that. Why did I do that? Or, oh, I love when I do that.
Transition. This is really good.
Watch yourself and record yourself.
I love it, man.
And look, and here I love this comment from Adam right here. I'm going to put this one up. It says that's a better freeze frame for Christian. There you go.
I'm trying, by the way. I really am.
That's a great thumbnail.
There you go. See, that's a beautiful smile right there.
That's a great thumbnail. That's a great thumbnail. And even myself, I'm still learning. I got to learn how to do thumbnails better. I got to learn how to edit. And eventually, I'm going to hire all this stuff out. But for right now, it's time consuming. But I still have my coaching practice, which is really doing very well.
So
but I'm making the time because I really want to know how to do this stuff.
All right. So
go ahead, Charles.
Oh, sorry, real quick, because I know Christian's going to say something. Here's something I want you to do as well for your channel.
Okay.
Do you have a thought of the week every week?
What does that mean?
Okay, so on your channel, do you have like a inspirational saying or something that popped up that you want to? Do you do any of that stuff?
I can. I know it'll be easy for me to do.
Exactly. So why don't you drop that in your show? At the end of your show, you tell everybody, listen, everybody, thanks for watching. But here's my thought of the week.
Okay.
And give them a little nugget to leave by.
So more like a commentary at the end.
Yeah. So once everybody's done, because what I
Okay.
love doing is like I would be talking to somebody and they say something great. And at the end, I'll be like, listen, remember in our show, my guest talked about
I love that.
living your best life. So let me ask you guys a question. Are you living your best life?
I love
Remember, today is the day you move forward. I want to thank my guest and everybody. Remember, today, live your best life. All right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Perfect. Because you know what I do right now is I let people, because right now I'm still small, I'm just beginning. I let everyone give what are your last words, what are your last thoughts, and
Yeah.
I also encourage people to do a reaction video and share with their followers, and now people are coming over and start sharing, and also it highlights them and gives them a platform. Because there's people that come on my show, they're afraid to even they go live, and it's like, but I said, no, you come on my show, I got you, I'm gonna carry you, I'm gonna support you. And now they're coming out of their shells, even the introverts, the shy people. And I know that the more you do anything, because one of the ways of building confidence is by doing it through experience.
Okay.
And the more you do it, you can't tell yourself that old story anymore because you've done it now.
So here's the last advice I'm going to give you. I love the branded shirt. Okay.
Okay.
I love the branded shirt. Do you stream from that location all the time?
Yes, this location, but eventually I have this new. Again, this is a lot of learning stuff here. I have this new camera, which you guys are very familiar with, and I purchased this a couple of months ago. Haven't used it yet, but I need to learn how to use it. The new ZV, whatever. I want to start using this, and I can use this in conjunction with StreamYard, right?
Yeah, you plug it in. Just make sure when you go into the settings of the camera that you set the settings right with StreamYard so they're not battling each other.
Okay.
Because make sure that the camera, you set it so it doesn't automatically shut itself down.
Okay, perfect. So the way my setting, this is my normal setting right now, but eventually, once I get everything set up, the background is only going to be the world map. So I'm gonna kind of shift everything over, and that'll be the only background if I can make it happen.
Okay, so here's the only thing. What I'm going to give you a suggestion, because the world map and see when you watch this show afterwards, you're blending into your background because your door and your white background is white, so your shoulders and everything kind of blend in. So you need some color contrast so you stand out.
Okay.
Because you're blending in, so we don't see where sometimes when your shoulder ends with the door behind you and the map, I can see it, but because your shirts are white, you need to show the different contrast between your wall and you.
And this is the first time I wore this shirt because I just got it a couple of days ago. But I have I always wear different things, but still, I'm taking that into consideration. Yeah. And again, on Wednesday and Thursdays is topical. On Friday, I call it Freestyle Fridays. So I said, tonight is your night. You bring the topic and we go, And I'm trying to keep the show 60 to about 90 minutes. I've done 3 hours before, and normally the show averages around 2 hours, but I'm trying to keep it under 2 hours because by that time I'm into dinner time. we eat dinner at 7, and my wife don't like eating dinner by herself. So
there you go. So before I let you go, my friend, give us the plug one more time where we can catch your show.
Xanaman Show right there on YouTube Live every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's all about creating and building better relationships through better communication, and that begins with having the conversation. So let's talk about it.
Yes, and if you notice, the number one show that I watched first is the one with Letitia right there.
Yeah, dude, it was so wonderful. Can I say this real quick, Charles? The way I have my show set up, I will be doing interviews because I've got the real main topic is around confidence, success, business, and relationships. But I'm also going to be doing interviews, coaching, and Q&A. In my mind, I was going to wait till November to start doing the interviews. But me and Letitia, we have such a great connection. So I bring up the way it'll be set up. I bring her on for like 20, 30 minutes. She does interviews. Of course, we're going to plug everything she's working on. And then the audience and the panels get to come on and be with her side by side. I try to remove myself out of the way, and they can ask her a question directly. She can answer it. Now she has a clip that she can take, and she can put on all of her social media. But she's amazing. She was on last night, too. She is just, but all you guys, and I met her here. Even the guy, Coffee, Tech and Tea, John.
Yep.
Those guys are like I love those guys. And I met them here also. And we become good friends, So this is just an amazing community. And also I see them often. I would love to meet them one day. Blind Guy, my guy, that couple, they're amazing.
Okay, hold on. But before you go, I have to do this then. I don't normally do this, but Christian, I'm doing something different, buddy.
So that
there is the blind guy.
These guys are amazing. I love you guys. They're amazing.
Eating the pickle.
There you go, blind guy. There, you got a fan, so I had to bring them on. He watches you, so there you go.
Let me tell you.
Thank you, Xander, man.
Thank you so much. And we just were handed a pickle, so we did not intend to like eat on the live and hang out and chill, but it is what it is. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a beautiful thing about doing live in the community. It's bringing the connections together. So, Charles, thank you so much.
No problem. So, listen, make sure you guys send each other a message because you love watching them. Get them on your show, and there you go. So, there you go.
But I'm a small channel right now, but eventually, but I love those guys.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Can I say this real quick? Xander, man, we love you. We love your energy, and you are a big everything. Like, so don't say I'm a small channel. You're a big personality. You're a big brand.
Yes.
You're just starting in this space. So put your information in the back chat. We will too. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Were you going to say something?
I was just saying, there's no such thing as a small channel for us. Like I said, we'll if you want us to come on, we'll come on. We'd love to have you come on our channel too.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. And I see you guys on the Lead Attorney. You guys got such a great connection, chemistry. You guys are I think they're the best.
All right. Thanks, Zen.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Hey, Christian, I love the steal, but thank you guys.
Yeah, Zan, we should chat. I have some more feedback for you, but yeah, we'll chat at some point.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Great work.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We can drop down. I know that the next person was first. We didn't want to cut the line or anything.
No, I'm just gonna remove you for a second. I'm gonna put her in, and then we'll come right back. But I love connecting people because that's what this is all about. All right. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, Miss B, are you ready? Give me some thumbs up. She's smiling. She's thumbing. Let's go.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. How you doing?
Great. I'm doing well. You know what? I'm going to have to compound on that and give another shout out to Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They're the encouragement for me. They helped me. They're the ones that told me about these streams because she was saying, Ms. B. Finesse, you need to check a stream because they will answer all your questions. And I got on here and you guys are here answering. I'm so profoundly just shocked about the folder thing. I'm new to YouTube, also 2 months in, streaming on StreamYard a month now, loving it, loving learning, loving growing the community. Blind Guy, his wife, their life, they are the realest community content creators. Love them. And my journey has just been awesome with StreamYard. I was kind of scared to get on it at first, just kind of using YouTube, trying to build the community. But, everybody was saying, get on StreamYard. And it's just build my platform from 100 subscribers in the first month to 200 just a week and a half later. So it's growing because it's more professional, it's more put together. It's a sync. I can stream to the different platforms, and I love it. Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I try to stream consistently at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm loving StreamYard and learning. But thank you, Blind Guy. They are awesome in the YouTube community. They're such good people, and they have good content, and they want to help. So I do want to give them a shout out.
There you go.
Channel about, by the way. Sorry, Charles, if you can't see me. By the way, I'm here.
Christian, just be the voice. Just come on in anytime you want.
Right, voiceover.
So what's your channel? We want to get over to your channel.
Oh, cool. So my channel is called Millennial Finesse Mindset, and the whole idea of my channel is I'm a certified and licensed educator. So I like to use my background in counseling, coaching, education, and teaching to build a platform for men and women as a community to have conversations, a lot of conversations that people don't like to have. I like to use trending topics. I like to use ideas that are already out in social media and then kind of use that as a pull or scapegoat to really talk about the thing we need to talk about, because we know a lot of people like to hear about the things that are going on. But then we always try to do a call to action. So we want to have those conversations. We talk about relationships, men and women talking, how, you know, men like to have that platform, and us as women, we need to be able to hear the man when he's talking, and motivation. That's why I'm feeling Zen the Man's energy, because that is my whole basis. That is my ideals for life. I know once you get motivated and you feel like somebody is backing and supporting you, you're going to go far. So I like to do that. I try to do motivational shorts just so people can get inspired besides the content that I give with the panel talk that I like to do. So I'm learning. We call it struggle streaming, but yeah, I'm learning as I go.
All right, let me see if The Voice has got your stream coming up. See, I love this.
Listen, guys, don't eat me too much, because I'm doing everything myself. I'm learning how to do the thumbnails. I'm learning, just like I said, engaging the people in it. I do like to just kind of converse for the first 30 minutes to an hour in my streams, and then I like to bring people on to have open discussions. So I have a lot of kind of different concepts on there.
All right,
I'm listening.
I'm going to do this.
Let me step in real quick. So, so I would say this, the one thing I would definitely recommend. So you mentioned you obviously stream to YouTube. Be sure you join our YouTube channel reviews that we do. Just because it's like every second Saturday of the month. Check out, you'll see them on the StreamYard YouTube channel. Definitely go and check that out, because they will look specifically at your YouTube channel. They'll give you some really good advice, things like that. With Daniel and D. So that's specifically for the YouTube aspect. I will give you one small piece of advice on that. And in terms of like your channel, I will say this. I saw your name, Miss B Finesse. But then when you told me what your channel was about, that didn't connect with me. Like you told me what it's about and your channel's named something else. And so I definitely I would try to kind of
merge them.
Well, make it make sure there's some sort of connection there.
Well, I should have just read you my description. I didn't read that out loud. Well, the description says, my goal as a millennial is to use my wisdom to educate the world on how to be your best, and life is really finessed. And then I say I'm a certified educator. And then I say I review topics and I give my millennial mindset on them.
So here's a question. I think what Christian's asking. So the channel is called Your Name, but your show is called can't even speak right now.
No. So Miss B Finesse is just my name. That's the name moniker that I use. And Millennial Finesse Mindset is the name of the channel.
Okay, so Christian, what did you type in?
So I have the right channel, right?
Yeah. So you can type now.
I put in your name.
Google, now in Google you can, because it's been searched so many times, my name will come up. So the channel is called Millennial Finesse Mindset. My name is Mrs. B Finesse. So yeah. Put both of them in, it'll pop up now because it's been searched. Right.
But what I'm getting at, I think, is that so I know your name is Miss B Finesse.
Correct.
But you're saying your channel is Millennial. What is it exactly?
But it's called Millennial Finesse Mindset.
So is that your show or is that the channel itself?
Yeah, that's everything. That's the channel. I guess you could call it the show. The show is in itself part of the channel. I never thought to separate it.
That's so I think that's
you're giving me ideas. I never thought to separate it. I just start getting on there and just getting exposed.
Because this is what I think Christian and we're both trying to get at here.
Oh, you know what? I'm starting a series called Black Table Talks because I'm sitting in front of a black table talking. So that's kind of what I just started. So I was hoping to grow that into something, but that is something I just started.
Right. So I think the main thing we're both asking is because when someone puts it in, the channel will determine what the brand is, and the brand will determine what the channel is. So it's your channel is called what?
Millennial Finesse Mindset.
With
Miss B Finesse.
There you go. That's what it should be.
Gotcha.
Like, see, it's like saying the Oprah Winfrey show with Oprah Winfrey.
Gotcha. So you think I should put that in? Because I don't know how to even maneuver and change those type of things. You said that should be in the whole name on when it comes up in YouTube.
Like I'm trying to brand you, so it would be the name of your show, and then you're the host.
Yes.
Right. So it's like the Jerry Springer Show with Jerry Springer.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Because that's kind of what I'm trying to do as far as the brand
Right.
that, and then I am the person, entity in the brand. Yes.
Right.
Yes. So how do I add that though? How do I add it into it? Because I thought the name has to be separated than the actual name of the channel.
Well, go ahead, Christian.
Go ahead. Nope. Go ahead. I was pitching it over to you actually.
Well, no, because I'm trying to think of you're branded both, which is great now, right? Because if you type in one, it came up. If you type the other one, that came up. But now, if you keep typing it in a certain way and connecting it, it will go that way. So, for example, when you Google me and you put my name, everything is connected.
Gotcha.
And that's what you want. You wanted them to be connected with you.
So what I've been doing when I post things on Twitter or wherever, I always like hashtag just the millennial finesse mindset, because that is like the brand that I'm going to put things under.
Right. So and then when you sign off or when you go on stuff, do you say it? So like for me, I say the Charles Matthews Show with host Charles Matthews.
Yes, that's how I say it. This is me. This is Mrs. B Finesse with millennial finesse mindset, guys.
Okay, there you go. So start typing that more out there and putting that out there so people together. Don't keep them separated. So because at first I got confused if it was your name or if it was the channel. I thought it was separated. So start putting it together so people know it's the one part.
No worries. No worries. I will do that. So are you suggesting that on like when you typed in and you see my name right there on YouTube, I can change that and put the whole thing on it?
Well, let me see.
I don't want to do that. Because you see, when you went to YouTube, you see my name is right next to my my brand.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
it says
you can change this. Yeah, you can change your channel name.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
It's under your accounts. You're gonna want to like click on your name in the top corner, click on your profile icon, and then go down to YouTube Studio, and then it's an option there.
So I can make that longer, actually. That makes sense, because like I said, I am trying to. The whole thing is one brand together. But I didn't know. Like I said, I'm new to even YouTube and streaming and all that, even a channel. So
Christian, quick question, Christian. If you type her name in, does the same thing pop up again?
Let me see.
See?
It does not. It only comes up when I type it in and then hit enter to search.
Okay. So that's so definitely switch that over, because if people don't search, hold on, let me just do this.
The advice I would give is this. The advice I would give is you need to figure out what the channel, like you can have multiple YouTube channels. You can have one that is you, and this is where your strategy for YouTube needs to come into play.
Mm-hmm.
So are you streaming out to just YouTube, or are you also streaming to Facebook? What are you doing?
I'm in Facebook now too. I just made a Facebook page up. So I'm new to all social media. So
you're using the multi-streaming. So she's multi-streaming and she's streaming to Facebook and YouTube. I would say this. I think the key thing you have to figure out is, for example, and their strategy can go either way. So the first thing I would say is for YouTube specific, like YouTube channel help, I would actually try to get on the YouTube channel reviews show that they do every second Saturday. However, you need to also kind of figure out if you want to be, do you want it to be you with, for example, you could have multiple shows, or are you the brand, or is Millennial Finesse Mindset the brand?
I am part of Millennial Finesse Mindset. I didn't think of it any separate, any other entity. Like he said, if the whole name is the same person. So Millennial Finesse. So
here's the thing. What I think both of us are getting at as well. Okay. I Googled your name, and I Googled your channel name. And if you Google yourself and put both in there, you'll see what we're talking about. One pops up with all your stuff and one didn't. Okay. So when I typed in your name, the first thing that popped up was your Instagram, then YouTube, then you have a channel, then you have LinkedIn, then Facebook and everything. But when I typed in your brand name, the show, there's nothing there.
Really? When I first typed it in, that's odd.
So I'll tell you,
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna piggyback on what Charles just said. So the other thing you all have to remember with Google search. So if you open a new tab and you do a search, it's searching. It's doing it based off of like you. So it's not actually like an independent Google search.
Gotcha.
I.e., you're logged into your account. So if I'm searching for my name 5 times, Google's going to start to auto-populate that. However, if you open an incognito window on Google, so go to File, for example, on Google Chrome, go to File, go New Incognito window. What's going to happen is so that is where you are not logged into your Google account and you search your name, you will see what actually comes up. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Because I think, like you said, because I'm searching my name or it's popping up for me typing in. Like when I type it in, Millennial Finesse Mindset, first thing that comes up is my LinkedIn and then my website, millennialfinessemindset.com. So you guys are saying if I went into a incognito site where there's no search history or cache, then that's what's really going to show up.
Exactly.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay. So I need to be typing the whole thing in every time. So you guys are saying you see it with my name, but not with not with the whole moniker. Okay, because I actually have a website too. So
and so that's where like you need to also think about like, okay, so if your website is you, then again, it still goes back to the same question. Is it going to be you or the brand, or is Millennial Finesse Mindset is the brand? Which one?
Yeah,
that's I think the first angle is which one are you going to be using as your main umbrella essentially? And then
it's interesting that you guys asked me that because I assumed it was all the same thing because on my website I blog and then I link my videos. I'll like write about them and then I'll link them from YouTube. So you could click on it and you'll see some of the videos that are in YouTube on the blog when I like blog about it and write about it.
And I'll even use Zan as an example here. So Zan, my guess is he is the personality, right, Charles?
Yep.
My guess is he is the personality. And then I think what he say he was a career confidence coach or something.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's positioning himself as a career confidence coach known as Zan the Man versus career confidence coaching.
Gotcha.
So it depends on which way you want to go. There is no right or wrong way necessarily, but you have to think about from a strategic standpoint. So what I want to do here, by the way, I want to pull up your YouTube channel. I've got it pulled up. So piece of advice would be, or say piece of advice, homework, weekend homework, or come back the next time when we do the show. My encouragement would be to think about that strategy. Like, what's your strategy going to be for your stream?
Okay.
So is it going to be you branding yourself, or is it your business and you're essentially the host of that business? That's what you need to think about. Okay. You also mentioned, by the way, you mentioned having another show, for example, as well. That's another thing. Don't spread yourself too thin. Like you're welcome to do it, but don't spread yourself too thin. Because again, it's easy to create different shows.
Yes. Yes.
It's harder though to manage all of those shows
and maintain them all. And the thing about it is, I'm squinting because I'm trying to read your stuff. You can either incorporate the idea you have into this already. You don't have to make another channel to do your. You see what I'm saying? You want to do the black table, right? Do the black table within this. It's just a special that you do within your show.
Yep.
So you can do it. You can do it once a month. You can do it whatever, but don't have to split your show up. Incorporate it into something like it's the first of every month. We'll have a whole bunch of coming to the first of every month because they know the first of every month you're going to be doing the black table.
Okay.
Right. So that will drive traffic there as well because you're like, hey, don't forget next week is the first of every month. We want to see you here, and then that way you don't have to worry about consistently doing the black table all the time when you're trying to grow your channel already.
Right. Cool. Writing it all down.
Okay, so we got your by the way, Charles, we need to start every show where like we get people to have notebooks and ready to type and take notes, because I think we dropped
you guys listen. That's the teacher in me, educator. I'm always taking notes. I got notes everywhere. I wanted to ask you guys a question about StreamYard too.
Yeah, go ahead. Last one.
It was an audio question. As far as when you're going on to the audio, since I have another screen and then I have another mic that I just got and hooked to it. So when you're going in and you're showing a video, you when it's doing the double, is that always because you didn't check that little audio button right before it shares it, or could that be something else also that I need to also be checking when I go in and I'm streaming?
Okay, so two things. What system are you using to bring in your sound?
Well, when I'm talking through the microphone, because I'm not techie on the equipment stuff, but I have a Rode mic that I talk through, and I believe the sound's coming in through the speaker on the HP laptop that I have.
Well, there's your problem right there. You're getting a double feedback. So it's hearing the sound come out and hearing it going right back in again.
So I need to be on the mic, the same mic with both speakers when I go into audio.
So do you use headphones when you're doing your show?
No, I don't use headphones.
Okay, so that's one key thing. When you put headphones in, it takes the sound from coming out to everybody and it goes into your ear. So you're not hearing a double feedback.
Oh, so I should use them, you're saying?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So Christian, you can't see because he's frozen right now. But if you look, he has headphones on. And if you look, I have headphones on.
So plug them into the mic or the laptop? Because I'm still trying to figure out like which audio port.
So plug it into the laptop because that's where.
Hold on. What kind of mic are we using?
That's a good question.
I have a Rode
USB mic, pod mic. What do we got?
Yes, the USB pod mic.
Okay, so you got the USB NT, the Rode NT USB. Is that what it is?
Hold on. Oh, I forgot I'm on my phone, not on my computer.
Show us the mic if you have it there.
Oh, sorry. Where's the camera at?
Is it this bad boy that I'm using right here?
No, it's actually, hold on. I'm trying to, because I'm on my phone. I thought I was on my laptop. I wasn't thinking. Can you see it?
Can you enlarge that, Christian?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. There you go. So here's a couple of hints with that as well. So if you can, try to get that microphone in front of you. Your sound will come out 10 times better. Because with microphones need to be right in front of your mouth. That's number one. So if you can push your laptop back or something to give you more space to put the mic right in front of you, then your sound will be better coming in. That's the first thing.
Yeah, they say that. I just want to make sure I don't have that double, and I want to make sure that my audio things are correct. So you said we check that.
So the first thing is plug the microphone in. So plug the microphone in. That gets you the audio. That gets your vocals going in into the mic. So the mic then is like the computer. Make sure in StreamYard, make sure you go to Cam Mic and set the microphone to the Rode device. Okay. I think that's the USB mic.
So I have that up.
Yeah. Then the next thing would be you take those headphones. I don't think that mic has a headphone port, Charles.
It does.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could plug in the headphones directly into the mic.
Yep.
And then that's all coming. So basically you'd hear the sound into your ears and then you talk in the mic.
You can hear us now?
Oh, I'm on my cell phone. I'm not on the laptop. It's not plugged in.
Okay.
Listen, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't hear. I'm like, duh. I'm on my
Okay. So when you plug into that now you can hear all the sounds coming into your voice. You won't hear that double going back into the mic. You won't get that feedback.
So the audience won't hear it.
Yeah, they won't hear that double that you're talking about.
So when I go into it and I see the speaker button, it says speaker. I need to change that to the Rode too.
Yes. If the headphones are plugged in. So think of it like this. The mic and the speaker are independent of one another.
Yes.
If you are
right,
they're independent devices. However, if your like for example, my mic does not have a headphone port. So I have to plug my mic, that becomes my microphone. And then for my headphones, I would select like my computer or whatever the headphones were running into. In your case, if they're all one unit, i.e. the microphone is plugged into the computer and you happen to have a headphone jack on that microphone, you plug the headphones into that and then your mic and your speakers should be set to the same device. Does that make sense?
Okay, and then
Yeah, it
here's
does.
another.
I just didn't want to play around with it because the streams were going so well. I was like, oh, I don't want to be playing around trying to figure this stuff out. As long as they get
I would say
I hate
this.
when stuff messes up.
Don't be afraid to play around with it. You cannot break it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here's another thing too, because I think that's a great mic, and Adam here is saying the same thing. If you want, if you have no room to put the mic in front of you, then use a boom arm. Get a boom arm.
Yeah, I got a boom arm.
Right. So that way you can.
And I can put it in front of me. It just picked up so well on the first couple streams when I got it. Everybody said, "Oh, it sounds crisp. It sounds good." That I just left it where it was because I usually scoot up to the table where I'm at, and then I'm right up on it, but it's right here. But yeah.
But here's the thing with microphones.
That around.
Microphones are built 3 different ways. Some microphones have the sound that you need to speak directly on top. Some microphones have the ball where you need to speak directly on the side. So even though it's picking you up, if you bring that microphone closer, it's going to get all your sound more clear. You think it's clear now?
Are you talking about that little it's like a gold thing when you take the ball that you okay, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that on the mic before.
Right, that's inside the mic. Right.
Gotcha.
So it's called it's called directional. So depending on where the mic is, it's looking for you for the directional. With this mic, I have to talk at the top. So if I talk and I keep talking and I keep talking and I turn it sideways, my sound just got different because this is what it's made for. But if I keep talking and I bring it back to the top, it's made for that sound. So even though you still heard me, the meat of
it's better
coming from there. Yeah. All right. And then one more thing.
Exactly.
Is that when do you stream? In the daytime or nighttime?
I stream on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so one thing I would say, is that where you stream all the time, right in that spot?
Yes. I stream right here.
So that light over your shoulder, we got to get some dampers over that. Because your camera is trying to find the...
close them?
Yes, it's trying to find the light between you and that. So the lights, the natural lights that are coming from the back, if you can get some curtains and shut those off, would be great.
Yeah. I got blinds. I'll just close the blinds. I think I have the blinds closed during the daytime. And then I have are the lights there? I just turned on my lights.
So here, let me kind of elaborate on what Charles just said. So, and I want to thank Jay Vlog for giving us this feedback as well. So again, if you've got windows behind you, and if you can rotate your setup to where the windows are in front of you, for example, that will bring in more natural light. However, we also understand that like some people don't have the ability to do that depending on their setup and whatnot. Right. So what you would want to do in that case, to what Charles mentioned, was to put up essentially blackout curtains, or to put a more, how can I word it, Charles, like a darker like piece of fabric in front of the curtain, so that it's not allowing so much light in. Like right now, it looks like you have like probably either a sheer curtain or no curtain at all. And so just because you close the blinds, keep this in mind. If you close the blinds, there's still going to be light coming in.
Yes.
Right.
And so you either use the light source to your advantage, meaning you face the light source, kind of like right now, I have a light right in front of me, by the way. You guys can't see that, but I have a light right in front of me, and that's where my light source is coming from. Or if you can't rotate yourself, cover that light source up, because it's a lot of light coming in, and it will impact the quality of your webcam, the stream, and everything else.
So here, I'm going to give you a quick demo real quick. Ready? So see, that's my front light just turned off. So now I look dark. Okay. That's my light in the room that just came on.
Gotcha.
You see how different it looks now?
Yeah.
And and the difference is that's just on top. You got all that light coming into the camera. So the camera's trying to focus all that light coming in over your shoulders into the camera. So you're going to have to focus where you get a nice bleed. Control how much light you want.
Perfect. So what I'll do is I'll probably just turn the table around normally during this time, well, is it 1 o'clock yet? No, 1 o'clock. It's pretty dim. And then I have the lights on and I have the blinds closed, but I can flip the table around. It's not a big deal. And you said the light needs to come against you, behind you. No, against you, you guys were saying, right?
Basically towards you. Facing
towards you. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's not a big deal. I can flip the table
like
around.
For example, Charles, I'll use the example. Charles and I are both probably in a, like, let's say it was like an office or a bedroom, for example, where there's like, think about it like this, like a box. We're in a box where we have a ceiling, a floor, side walls and whatnot. Boy, this is going to be probably internet gold here. So, where you've got a box basically that you're in. And so the thing is, we aren't like, for example, in a living room where there might be more light coming into a living room. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it makes sense.
So you kind of have to, so what it's not, in your case, the easiest thing you can do right now would be to adjust the, what's over the windows. That's the easiest thing, or to rotate yourself, but it's not the end all be all. It would be, for example, I think you showed that you had a ring light, for example. It may be, for example, our ring light, the way I use a ring light is I go up with it and I tilt it down versus a lot of people, they have it straight on.
Right.
The problem with it straight on is that it's hitting you right there in front of you. So for example, if I've got a monitor in front of me and I've got the ring light right behind it, it's creating a shadow, for example, because the monitor is hitting the light first before it's hitting me, versus going up and streaming going up and tilting it down, it casts the light down so that it doesn't create as much shadow.
So your light is above your head, right? Because it looks like kind of your face is lit up right here.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So I think Christian, if you can't see his, but his is like mine, it's diagonally over, tilting downwards to give that nice glow over this way. Because right now I got my cell phone. I'm going to show you when we're looking at you. That's what we're seeing. That's the sun. This is the sun coming right here. So
I didn't know I was gonna get on, guys. So give me a little grace. I just hopped on because I was about to head out with the hubby. I'm like, let me hop on. This is so exciting.
This is for everybody, because when people are taking pictures,
this is important.
That's a rule of thumb as well. When you're taking like still pictures, always look where the sun is, and the sun's supposed to be, not behind your camera, because you're going to get the sun in your photos, right? So that's just a hint for anybody taking pictures, doing videos. Always take a look. And then here's another hint: take a snapshot of yourself. All right, so go to your computer, take a screenshot, and look at it, because whatever you see, we see when you're live.
Okay, will do. Definitely will do. Thank you, guys. This was some great information, especially to be a new person. This is awesome information. Yes.
Real quick, where can we find your channel?
It is on YouTube. I am new, guys. I'm so excited because I hit the 200 sub mark. Woo! And yes, 200. I got 100, and then approximately a week and a half ago, guys, I got to 200. So I know the quality and the content is really good, and I'm appreciating that people are coming through despite my struggle streaming and my lighting issues. I'm trying to just be positive and be focused in StreamYard and learn as much as I can and keep bringing people in to learn the new stuff. And once again, it's Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And thank you, guys. This is important information.
See you later.
You guys have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
I'm loving the spirit of everybody. Loving it. Okay, here we go. Let's bring these superstars back on. Now, I'm so intrigued to go to their channel because everybody's been talking about them. So let's bring them back on. Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so I got to know now. Like, I feel like we got superstars on. People are talking about your channel. I got to go see your channel now. Tell us what your channel is all about.
Well, the channel is called Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, and the live broadcast that we do is called Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life Live. We stream every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we focus on health, business, and wealth. And we change the narrative of what people think is normal when it comes to taking care of themselves, to starting business or being involved in business, and how health and business equals up to your wealth, your emotional wealth, your financial wealth, all types of wealth that make you a better you. So our channel is about introducing people to fabulous people that we meet that are doing great things in those different fields, health, business, and wealth. So you can find us every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hump Day to Friday is what we say. The weekend countdown, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All
By
right.
the way, if you didn't know, I'm the blind guy, Corey.
Yeah, he's blind. I'm his wife.
Oh,
He's blind.
I didn't even notice. I was flipping it the other way. So. All right, hold on. Let me see something for a second. Can you talk for a second?
Okay, can I talk? You want to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I usually am the one who have had issues with sound. So
he's to say your mic is louder than mine, probably.
No, I'm hearing a buzz. Are you hearing?
Yeah.
Hearing
Yes.
Christian?
Let me mute you and let's just see where that's coming from.
Okay.
Okay, we know where the sound is coming from. Okay, so that's definitely coming from them. The other thing I would actually ask you all, so it looks like you have two different microphones. Are they two different brands of microphones?
yes.
Yes.
So we
'Cause,
need to go get this one today, Corey.
Because your microphone sounds very good. So talking to your microphone.
So my microphone sounds very good because I'm the one with the SM58 and
Okay.
Corey is the one with the Zoom dynamics because we have a Zoom PodTrack P4.
Okay. Yep.
And so we had two Zoom mics and they were always giving us that dog whistle or something that people would complain about. And that Corey, right now, just so you know, Charles looks like, man, what is going on? I think he hears it.
I can hear. Because I used to be in radio, so that stuff is like I'm listening to hear.
You're trying to identify it?
Yes.
I would say unplug.
Okay, I was going to say the same thing. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Unplug him.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, the PodTrack P8 is it's an audio interface that lets you run XLR microphones into your computer. I think did that fix it, Charles?
Are you unplugged?
All right.
No, it's still there.
Okay, so now you want him to plug back up and then I unplug?
Yeah, plug him back in and you unplug for a second.
Okay, Corey.
I also think there's
Here,
a
give it to me.
noise gate on, Charles.
Yes, that's what I'm
I
going
would
to
turn it off.
Yes, that's what I'm going to find out right now.
Okay, I'm unplugging mine.
Okay.
All right, she's unplugged.
No, so it's not
Okay,
your mic.
yeah.
It's not your microphone. So there is a system.
Is the gain maybe too high?
Yeah. Check that out.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
We're using
This
a cloud lifter. Let's start there.
We are only using the PodTrack P4
Okay.
Uh-huh.
and I can turn our volumes down or up.
Mhm.
And that's wait a minute. So here's the other thing I can do. I don't know what this button is for, so I'm going to switch a button and keep talking. And you tell me if you can still hear us, because that's the only other thing. Can you hear us, first of all?
Yes, we can hear you still.
And the whistle is still there.
Wait, look, Charles is listening, Corey. The DJ, he's got his DJ ears on.
You know what that is? In StreamYard.
Okay.
Tell them about this, Christian. You know how you can hit the microphone
Echo
to
cancellation?
yes.
So, okay. So right now, though, you still hear it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just,
Whoa, no. You just did it. That right there. Is it a wire?
So maybe it's the wire, the connection.
Every time he touched it before, whenever you touch it, it was buzzing. Sometime if your wire is loose at the end, it starts buzzing. You just touched it a while ago. Something you just touched and it chipped it out for 30 seconds.
So hold on a second. It's not happening or it is happening right now?
No, that mechanical switch, you touched something a while ago, it stopped it for like 30 seconds and then it started again.
Oh, hold on.
That right there, whatever that was. Sorry.
So I switched it over. Do you hear it right now? Do you
What'd you
still hear
switch it with, though?
Yeah, touch it again. When you're switching midway, it stops.
I don't think it can be in the middle. It's either going to be on this microphone or on this or on the microphone with the Thunderbolt.
See, everybody's saying the same thing. Cables, it's cables. They still hear the mechanical switch. Yeah, when you were touching that switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I think it's that cable.
So there is no. Let me say this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the PodTrack 4, but if you can pull it up on the screen, and I didn't want to ding Christian for this because Christian told somebody else to do it, and then he started showing us that dongle, and I was squinting trying to see it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I can't show you that, but yeah, it's literally a little.
I couldn't see it either.
Listen,
So,
that
here's
was
what I think. That's good. Here's what I think the issue is. So the first thing I would always tell people, if you get any sort of like audio or video issues ever, always just unplug all your cables and plug them back in one by one. So for example, it's probably not your video feed.
No.
So then I would say, okay, let's unplug everything from the PodTrack P4 and plug. So we do one cable going from the PodTrack P4, which I think is that a USB cable? I think, right? It's probably USB. Yeah.
And that's the absolute only thing we have plugged in other than the headphones so that we can hear you. Should we try that right now?
So this is what I want to get at. So I don't see any issues with the USB. I hear the like buzz hum. There's no fan or anything on in the room, right?
Nope.
No. Okay. So what I would do, and I'm going to say the same thing that who was it? Wenton Wilmot said this as well. Potentially cables.
Yeah.
So I would plug on. So we know that it's not going to be a USB. So we can plug that back in. We got the power things. We got the power. Not a big deal. I would then say, okay, let's plug in. Like I actually think your issue is a cable.
Yeah, I can hear.
I think it's potentially the quality of the cable.
Yeah.
XLR cables, by the way, they do go bad. Even though they work, they do still go bad.
So wait a minute. When you say cables, though, which cable are you?
These cables, the microphone.
The
XLR, yes.
Oh, those. Okay, see, Corey knew what you were talking about because I'm like, which one? And you just said the name of it, but Corey knows the
XLR,
technical
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, he's the
XLR.
guy,
So
knows.
XLR is the one that's. So the reason they're using, by the way, for those of you watching, they're using this PodTrack P4. The reason they're using that is so that they can connect multiple microphones, but it also is so they can connect an XLR microphone. That's that silver cable that's running out of Corey's microphone there. It's not going to directly connect into a computer. So they're running it into the P4, which then goes right into the computer via USB.
Corey, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
When you were searching your cord, can you do that again when you're searching your cord down to the bottom?
Oh, move it is what. Yeah, and then.
Do you hear that, Christian?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Oh, I hear some hum there actually.
Yes, exactly. I think that.
Yeah, I heard it. I hear it now too.
Yeah, every time I wiggle this
So,
cable,
okay, so basically, then here's
even when I took it out, they said you can still hear it though, right?
no. If we both take ours out, can we just try something really quick, just so that I'm just going to switch it over to the laptop audio, okay, and this way we can unplug this, Corey, unplug it, yours and mine, and I'm going to.
So that obviously it did go away there.
So can you hear us both right now?
Yep, and there's no buzz.
Right. And so this is the laptop microphone. And do you also hear the echo in the room though?
Yes, we do. Yes, because you're not using the microphone. But here's another question. The unit that you're using itself might be going, because you see how you switched over and there's no buzzing anymore?
Well, so this is like out of the box, maybe 6 weeks.
Ooh.
And yeah, and so that's where we weren't sure if it was the P4. And one reason that we got this is because Corey can't see. We said that, right?
Yeah.
But this has tactile buttons. It's clicky, so he controls like sound effects. When guests come in and out, and he can turn up and down the volume on different things. And so we liked it for that reason, but we just didn't expect that it would come out of the box with issues. And we got it from Amazon. So
can you put that back up for a second, Christian?
Yeah, sure.
So we were just thinking it was great, like, oh, cool,
So here's one thing that everybody needs to know as well. When you guys are doing your testing on a system, you have to test your volumes first. So what might be something in there? You guys are both plugged in, right?
Not right this second, but usually yes. Should we plug back in right now?
Okay, so hold on. Let me just look at this. On this, can you guys gauge each person's volume first, and that little monitor will show you what your levels are at?
We can. I know what you mean. So that we both make sure our levels are balanced. At the
Exactly.
same.
That's another thing that people fail to remember, that when you're using something like this, one might be coming in higher than one, so it's taking the other one and it's having a buzz. So what's one thing, when you guys plug in your microphones, go in one at a time, set a level so you're not peaking. That's the other thing. Whereas when you peaking means like when you talk, one is popping past the level.
So even though you can't see the screen, it's not colored, but there's typically green, yellow, and red.
Yes.
And you don't want to be hitting the red, and you barely want to be going into the yellow.
Right. You just want it to hit top and come back down. When you go over too loud, you're overdoing it. And plus you're putting in another microphone, so you guys might be battling each other, and that's another reason where the buzz comes from. So to me, it's either two things. It's the cable or it's the Zoom, and you guys haven't set it properly.
And I want to give, I will say this, one of the things it could be is, I think, I'm seeing lots of really good feedback from people. So like Caesar mentions here in the comments, he mentions that sometimes, so this is little things to try. Or they plugged in, I don't think this device is plugged into power, but sometimes if it's plugged into power, that can cause interference.
That is absolutely correct. If it's plugged into here's another thing that's a fantastic thing. If it's plugged into a certain power bar and the power bar is not made for that, that's where the feed, that sound will come in. It's from the electricity.
So, okay, thank you for that. Can I say something right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
While you both had that screen up, we were balancing, and so I just want to know what you hear now, Charles.
So you're on the computer laptop right now.
Oh,
so I hear the computer laptop and I hear echo.
Yeah, so great. I was just testing you guys. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, our power source is coming from the laptop, Corey, and I'm just going to switch us over to the Zoom. And
okay, so hold on. So right now we hear like a high tweet.
So that's not.
Hold on, but we're making progress here, because I did briefly hear that it was okay.
Yes, the buzz is gone. Now I'm hearing a high feedback. So one of you got to lower down your voice a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, the buzz is gone.
It's usually me that has to lower my volume.
Now it's coming back again. Go back the other way.
Okay. So I'm going to lower Corey. So Corey, if you want to talk right now, I'm going to lower you while we both talk.
I am talking. I'm talking and trying to talk normally. So that I don't
keep
sound
going.
funny. I'm going to keep
and
going.
Just don't be funny.
I'm not going to, what?
Just don't say anything funny. Just say normal stuff.
Okay, I'll try not to say anything funny. I won't say
anything funny. Wait, do you guys still hear it though?
No, it's much.
Now, it just went away.
Yeah. Leave. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing for a second. That's 10 times better. There's no buzzing. There's a little tiny tweet. That means there's a feedback from one of the microphones. It's hearing one of the microphones. You're getting feedback.
It just sounds kind of crazy to ask, but could it be coming off of the headphones?
It can be, yes.
Because we are using our headphones.
It depends on.
Here's the wait, Corey.
Turn my headphone down.
Here's what I would actually do on the Zoom PodTrack P4. So there's an A, B, C, D button that you see the little squares.
Yes.
So to quickly diagnose which mic it could be the issue on, hit for example, if you're plugged into A and he's into B, turn off B so that we know that it's just you.
You mean
so like you push
the thing, A, B, C, D are actually the sound effects, like
or those the sound effects. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the device wrong.
But
actually, there's a button at the top. Sorry.
Yeah, we can mute by hitting the button. Like currently, I just muted Corey.
Okay, that is the issue.
It's always you, Corey. See?
Hold on. I don't hear it. Charles, do you hear it?
No, I don't hear the buzz. I don't hear the tweet anymore.
See?
Okay. So you muted yourself. Okay, so now let's do this. You mute yourself and then unmute Corey.
All right. So far, Corey, I got 1 point.
It's back.
Okay. So
it's right there. That's it. Oh, it's there. It's back.
Turn the headset down. I did. Now she turned the headset down. Did that help?
No, I'm hearing the buzz now again.
Okay. So how do we continue to diagnose this? Here's the other thing I would do. We don't have to do this right now, but unplug. So we know that yours is working, right? Corey's is the one seems to have the interference. So what I would do is I would take your cable on your microphone, plug it into his microphone, and see if you get the interference. That's going to easily help you diagnose if it's the cable.
Right. Because your cable was work. Hold on, stop. Don't do nothing.
Yeah, so Corey just unplugged his cable. So here's what we're thinking. From what you guys are saying,
Yep.
it's probably my...
No. Hold on.
Oh.
We don't hear anything anymore.
You don't hear me, or you're saying you don't hear the buzz?
I don't hear the buzz. You guys hear the buzz? Put in the comments. I hear no buzz anymore. Now I'm hearing it back again.
Just plug it into the bottom of there. Oh, it is back again?
A while ago it was gone, and now it's back again. I think it's that cable. See, everybody's saying it's the cable. When you guys touched the cable and played with it, it was coming back and forth.
Yeah.
So Corey, it's your cable in your hand, maybe. No, yeah, because you just moved it to plug it here.
I didn't. I was just sitting here.
Look, the cable in your left hand.
I know, but
it's still plugged up.
But when you came back, when you leaned to turn, that's when they heard it.
Yeah, because she went and grabbed the cable.
That's when they heard it.
No, wait, Charles, be on my side first of all.
Hold on, wait. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Is the cable still plugged in?
Yeah, so the cable.
Take it out. Just take the whole cable out, both.
Do you hear it now?
No.
All right, this is a new microphone.
No, it's not new. That's
not
just
new.
the
It's
other
the other
Zoom mic.
microphone.
Not getting any feedback though.
Nothing. No feedback. No nothing.
But wiggle your hand or something. No, don't shake it, Corey. Don't break it.
Hey, yeah, shake it, Corey. Shake away.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
So I'm hearing feedback. I'm hearing it.
All right, I'm still shaking it.
Wait. I think that's because you were shaking it like a Polaroid.
Now, do I stop? I stopped shaking. Do you hear it?
It's gone. I don't hear that buzz anymore.
It's the microphone.
Oh, okay. So hold on, Corey.
I've said that 5,000 times, but no one listens to me.
Here, put this on. Hold on.
So what? Hold on. So what you're? I do hear it come back occasionally here. So it's back. I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I think what they need to do, Christian, is now set it. I think that mic is no good. Number one, and number two, now they need to set the volume perfectly. And see, everybody in the comments says it's better, it's gone, it's better, it's gone.
Okay, say something, Corey.
All right.
Okay,
I'm
Corey.
talking.
So you talk and I'll talk, and then we'll just take yours.
Tell you a tale. It's a
me
faithful
down.
tale. It's the tale of a faithful
Yeah,
ship.
And this is where I just took me
only
down.
when speak through, there's a hiss. Yes, we're listening to Corey. Yes, yeah. There's a little. I think there's a little hiss because I think you guys are like Christian was saying, the feedback. So you
each other's microphone.
Like
right. So you guys have to make sure when you go in now, you have to set it because there's no buzz. I'm not hearing that buzz anymore. That was bothering me for the whole time. The buzz is gone.
And you know, everybody that listens when we have
what did you touch?
It's back.
I lowered my mic.
Don't do that.
I
think
won't.
it's the cable too. We will replace the cable.
Put it back down, Corey. You did? It's there.
Lift it up.
Feedback.
I lifted it back up.
Yeah.
So the one piece of advice that I give everyone before they go buy new equipment, replace the cable.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's number one.
Don't buy cheap cables. That's another thing, by the way. Don't buy cheap. I'm not saying like go buy expensive XLR cables, but don't buy cheap ones. You got to buy ones that are shielded, by the way, as well. Winton, thanks again for echoing this one as well. Get shielded cables. Shielded means that you can run the cables on top of one another, and the outer coating should be enough to shield one XLR cable from another.
Okay, so shielded cables.
Yeah.
Okay, I just tore something up, so we'll fix it later. Don't worry, Corey. You're gonna have to hold your mic, but we're only gonna be here a little bit longer. At least we know now, and it's just on the mic stand. It's the So thank you so much, gentlemen. Because
thank you.
Corey. So even though I think I won. I think I got a point somewhere in there. And so
Corey, let me ask you a question. Is she always gives herself a point?
She can be asleep and wake up and say, I got a point. And so, I didn't even know, I'm like, she's got a point, and I'm like, what game are we playing? I didn't know I was in a game, a competition, but but yeah.
Anyways, no, that's so what we really came here for. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
we've come here
You
before.
guys got the patience of Job.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for this, because we appreciate your patience, and we really came here for help with time.
Okay.
Like, we wanted to make sure that, like, we want to include the Kahoot gaming system, because we're using everything that StreamYard has to offer. So
Okay.
we're subscribed, and when we see something new, we're like, hey, we can pull that in.
And we use StreamYard. StreamYard is good because, and this is we're powered by StreamYard because it's a great platform. It's easy to use, and even to the point where, even though I can't see, it's simple enough to use that, with my children, we trained them to actually come into the studio to do different things in the StreamYard studio on the back end, and I can navigate them through just from based on my understanding. And even like you said, I know somebody brought up Safari and StreamYard. We figured out how to work that around and say, okay, well, if you have issues with Safari with our guests, then just copy and paste the link into Chrome and it should work. It'll take you right to the broadcast, because sometimes it'll take them to an ended broadcast. Sometimes it won't let them in at all. And then I've even learned some workarounds. Yeah, I've learned some workarounds that I'm able to share and with the guests to get them into the studio. And that's the reason why we have a tech check when we go live with the guests, because our shows are interview based. When we go live, we have a tech check the day before, so that we know everybody can get in, the link is working, and everybody's sound and lighting is good. And we try to take care of that the night before, so that we don't have the issues on the day of, like you said, 15 minutes before the the live happens, they were scrambling trying to fix it. So that's something that we've come up with as a workaround. So even recently, I don't know if are you guys familiar with a software called JAWS?
It's a
software
that
software
people
for the
that
blind.
can't see. It's a talking software for people that can't see.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the more recent version of JAWS that I'm using now. Is it actually, before I could not even log into StreamYard to go into the back end from my computer to actually say, okay, I'm going to come in as a guest, and so we can test stream or do something like that. But now I've actually been able to, StreamYard and JAWS have synced up to the point where I can actually go in, log in. I've logged in the backstage with other people's live streams, and it works perfectly. So definitely.
Can you say that one more time? What the program is?
JAWS, JAWS. It's an acronym for Job Access with Speech, and it's by Freedom Scientific.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
that's a great product.
Yeah, and so if you're ever looking for a blind man's perspective, I can definitely come on and help co-host and share my experiences with StreamYard. And Laquita Marie, she's a StreamYard.
Well, Corey's intros are epic. So we definitely capitalize on that on our channel, sort of. And Corey, dealing with time. I know we're here for time. You want to introduce our issue to Charles and Christian?
Today's issue is an epic issue, an issue of epic proportion. It's an issue greater than Sinbad's quest for the Golden Fleece. It's Jason's quest for the Golden Fleece. It's an epic issue, more epic than Sinbad having to hold up the world for Atlas and then having to con Atlas into taking it back. It's more epic, but not as epic as today's hosts who are helping us to figure out our time issue. We want to introduce to you two colossal giants in the tech industry. They are the StreamYard sages. They are the wizard of technology. Harry Potter can't do the magic these guys can do. It's time to get some help for Blind Guy and His Wife, Their Life Live, from the StreamYard crew, Charles and Christian.
They got their own.
I got my own after that. All right. So what do you need help with?
Well, we have our stream started off as 30 minutes, but with the audience growing and the engagement growing, we kind of the goal is to take it to an hour.
Okay.
But even with that, the engagement is still growing because we're using the StreamYard tools like the giveaway app, the giveaway tool, and we're looking to extend the
and we're
engagement.
Always in the comments. We put their comments on the screen. We engage with them.
But one thing we found that kind of slows it down is because Laquita manages all the back end stuff, and especially when it comes to the comments, the infinite scrolling is been a challenge for her. So you want to explain that?
Yeah, one question I did have around that is there. I thought I saw in one of StreamYard's videos that there's now infinite scrolling so that I can go all the way to the top, if I need to, but I can't on my stream. So is that happening or is it not? Because I find that I do spend time getting caught up in the comments, lost actually, and that takes more time actually.
Well, at the last, make sure also, if you guys are not, make sure you subscribe to StreamYard's town hall meetings.
Okay, yeah.
At the town hall meetings, they were asking people who wants to beta test certain things.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to be one of those people that can beta test it to see what they like, then just drop a link and let them know. Say, hey, I want to be a beta tester for Infinite. We get so many questions. I want to test it out. So send StreamYard a little note saying that you want to be a beta tester for that.
Got it. Because so what you're saying then is that it hasn't been
rolled out.
Yeah, rolled out fully. But Infinite screening is only in beta testing for certain people that are requesting it.
Yeah, you can ask them and then they'll test it. I think they're testing it right now, so they would love to get your feedback. If you have all that, just reach out to them right now.
Got it. Thank you. And then, yeah, I think that definitely will help a lot. I feel like Kahoot might help a lot because perhaps if people will go into the app versus into the comments, like we want them both places, but we just don't want to. A lot of it is people chatting with each other, so we know that okay, cool, you guys are hanging out, you're having fun, but we were just trying to figure out any ways to condense it because our last couple of streams were like an hour and 45 minutes. So, the last couple of weeks. Go ahead.
Here it is. Sometimes you just got to know when to cut. Like for us, we've been going since 12:30. It's now, what time is it now?
Yeah, 3:30.
Right. Look at that. Yeah, we're a little past the time.
So it depends on how your flow is. We getting great comments. And what I do love is I love when they comment because if you look in the comments when you guys are on, everybody was talking to everybody, trying to help and find out what the problem is with the microphone.
Yes.
Sometimes you want all that engagement. You want everybody talking in the comments because the comments is what help each other. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Because someone said about the coding on the wire. Nobody knew about that. Someone said about the electrical. Sometimes the electrical, the power cord. Someone's like, oh, that's great. So you want the comments. Because in the comments, sometimes you want to add yourself to the comments as well to keep the conversation going. It's up to you as the host to just say, all right, guys, that's our time. I know everybody, we're having a great time, but we got to go. Stay tuned for next week. Make sure you comment, and then you got to go. There's like the town hall meeting for StreamYard is the best at that. They start and they finish at half an hour. It doesn't make a difference how many people are in there.
Right.
they just say, go, and they go. And then people come back next week and they still come back again.
Right. So is that the show that's hosted by Gage? And
it is, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I've seen that. Yeah, so I've seen it. And thank you for the link. I see it in the comments. And so that is where I'll be sure to head over there. And then is there another, like, do I send an email to ask for beta testing or do I just ask in the chat during town hall?
I would suggest going to I think it's contact@streamyard.com.
Yes, okay. That's what it is. Contact@streamyard.com and just say, hey, this is my show. I'd love to be a beta tester for that.
Infinite Scroll, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think those were our two main questions. Like it was about time, and then it was also regarding what else did we say? Now, it wasn't even about sound, even though we always know our sound has had major, like I've been coming here every time leveling up on the sound. I got the moving blankets. We got the different mics. We've got whatever. And so thank you for all of your detailed help today. That was very gracious of you.
No problem. Since we've been talking, it's way better than it was before. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll remember to balance too, Corey.
Yeah, and then just remember, guys, like I was telling you before, the software is called JAWS, Job Access with Speech. It's specific for people. It's by Freedom Scientific. It's specific for people who have vision impaired. Like I said, the current versions work great with StreamYard as far as letting guests come in to the backstage area. JAWS is able to read everything on StreamYard's screen, whereas before it wasn't doing that. And so now I'm able to go back there myself and get the guest experience so I can better guide them along, because we have had vision impaired guests that just could not get in.
That's true.
So because of they didn't know where to go without the benefit of having somebody with vision. So, and we found a lot of vision impaired YouTube content creators that want to stream or they want to do X, Y, or Z. And so this is great that it's the updated version is working. We appreciate your platform for that reason.
we didn't want too many bells and whistles with some of the other platforms, just for that reason too. Whatever works with Corey's talking software is pretty important.
Hold on, let me open this up real quick because the marketing Charles mind just came on, so I have to say this real quick. Okay, you seem to get a great lot of followers. Okay, you guys have a great backstory. Okay, this guy's off the hook. Everybody likes him. Everybody's listening to him, and he can talk and everything.
Wait, Charles, pause. You get 1 point, Corey. Okay, go ahead.
I got 5. That was 5 right there. He said I was great. Everybody likes me. That was 2. He said everybody's here for that guy. That's 3. He said that chick on the side is just a side chick. That's 4.
Go ahead, Charles. We're waiting.
So here's my marketing tool for you. Okay, reach out to Jaws. Let them know your story. Let them know that you're a guy blind doing live streaming all the time and how much it's helped you, and ask them to sponsor your channel.
Oh, okay.
Nice. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, marketing Charles.
You're a spokesperson for him. You told it, and other people. You've actually showed other blind people, vision impaired, how to use that program.
Yeah.
You're helping that company out by showcasing it to other vision impaired.
Right. And you can definitely say blind and vision impaired because that we use them interchangeably.
Yeah, blind is specific to somebody that can't see at all. Vision impaired covers the gambit from legally blind to somebody that can't see at all.
Yeah.
So
see, and then you're constantly teaching as well. Me personally, put out a nice letter, send it to them, ask them to be a sponsor. And then with his intros, today's show is brought to you by, and he just rips it off and how it's helped him. And then you continue in the show.
All right, cool.
Lovely. Well, thank you. We
Thank you for the
appreciate that,
insight.
Marketing Charles.
There you go. And that's another. And that wasn't a point each. I was shooting 3s when I was talking to him. So
thank you, Charles. Thank you, Charles. He was behind the arc, firing from behind the arc.
I was Stephen Currying them for you. So that you're at 3, 6, 9. You're up there. Don't worry.
Thank you, Charles.
Thanks, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you too, Christian.
Anytime.
All right, man.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate your help, and we're heading forward, so we appreciate your time.
Anytime.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right.
This is their channel. I got it pulled up for those who want to check it out. This has been a really good show, Charles.
Christian, we want to see you, man. What's going on?
I gotta figure that out. I'll figure it out for the next show, by the way. So before we wrap up, by the way, what we want to do real quick is just run a quick giveaway actually with everyone.
I know. I was just about to say the same thing. Everybody has been here for so long. Somebody deserves a gift.
So we're gonna do a giveaway. And by the way, this is so if you're new to StreamYard, we include a free giveaway tool. And all you have to do to access the tool, it's go to StreamYard.com/giveaway. So if you're a customer of ours, you can access the giveaway tool here. And basically, Charles, let me figure out what we're going to give away today. So let's do this. I've got a StreamYard mug here, actually. So let's do this.
If you haven't seen it, they got beautiful swag.
What do you want to do? You want to do a T-shirt or a mug?
Hey, let's do a T-shirt. Let's do a T-shirt.
Okay, so we're going to do a T-shirt, by the way. And so there's your T-shirt. All you have to do, by the way, is just put in the comments. Just say, how about this? Should we have Charles come back on the next show? Let me know. So just put like yes. Just put yes in the comments. How about that?
Y'all better put some yeses.
Charles, by the way, I kind of had to think about that.
It's like, where's my family at? I should call all my family up right and put some yeses in here. No, but this has been a great show. I could see them. They're still in the green room. She's down there checking out all the wires and the cords, and I love all the answers everybody helped out with. It's been real great, man. You guys have been helpful. I love the community. I love everybody from coming in there. And here's the thing. When we help each other grow. And that's the main thing. Little tips here and there. Everybody's a genius. Everybody has tips that they can share with each other. So that's why we love you coming into the chats, man. Just keep sharing it out, putting it in there.
Definitely, yeah. So this has been fantastic so far. So let me get the giveaway tool pulled up, and we'll do a quick wrap up here. So as I mentioned, just go to StreamYard.com/giveaway. You can enter the giveaway yourself. Sorry, you can run your own giveaway, or if you want to, for example, enter for this one, just put in basically put in put in yes or whatever in the hashtag. You only have to do it one time, by the way, in the comments, and the giveaway tool will pick up everyone's entries for those. And so, as I mentioned, you're going to win a StreamYard t-shirt. So let me know when we're ready, Charles, and we'll pick a winner.
All right. Okay. I'll give you
30
more seconds. Just put in yes in the comments, whatever you want to feel like. Thanks, Adam.
What was Adam's comment?
Adam's like, maybe.
I know we're going to have Charles back. We're going to have him join us.
Have you ever had a chance to check out Adam's show? Make sure you check it out. I watch it. I learned some stuff from him as well. So make sure you check out his show. All right, people, let's go.
So very simple. I'm just going to hit draw. Hopefully I don't win this. We'll have to redraw if I do. And hopefully you don't win it. That would actually be Eduardo, actually. So congratulations, Eduardo. You won a StreamYard t-shirt. Do me a favor, Eduardo. All I need you to do is send an email to marketing@streamyard.com and just put in the subject live stream reviews, and we will get the t-shirt sent out to you. Let me actually find my banner. I thought I had a banner in here, actually. Well, I'll just create one real quick. So email.
So hold on. So while you're doing that, sorry to cut you off, Christian. You see what he's doing right now? He's creating a banner while live. That's what a lot of people don't understand too. With those folders, Christian's actually making something in to pop up on screen. So here's a hint. When you're doing a live stream, you can add stuff to your stream on the fly. So don't be scared to add certain things. So that's what I was saying, Xander, man. You know, you have a comment or you say, oh yeah, let's talk about that. You could type it right in and pop it up on the screen, just like what he did right now.
Fantastic. This has been a lot of fun, by the way. A whole lot of fun.
There you go. All right, everybody. When's our next show, Christian?
Yeah, I got to check that. So let's see. Let me get the calendar up. So we do this every first and third Saturday, right, of the month. So let's see. So first, third. Okay. So the next one is going to be October 2nd is what it looks like.
Yes, it is.
So October 2nd. We are going to be back at the 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. By the way, we don't do these normally for 3 hours. Well, sorry, I guess I can't say normally. We normally did do them for 3 hours, but we have been working to again, trying to keep to, a very precise show. So we're going to start at 12 o'clock, probably run till about 1:30, I think, Charles, is that right?
That's what we're supposed to do. But listen, I don't mind, man. If people keep coming in, we'll try to get your questions in. So just make sure you tell everybody to come in early. Keep your questions fire. We'll try to fire them off, but I love that everybody was coming in. And if we still have people watching, then we're here for you guys.
Definitely. And then just, again, one quick wrap up, actually 2 quick things. First thing is, don't forget, we have a free Facebook group that you're totally welcome to join. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/StreamYard community. And then in addition to that, I mentioned this at the beginning of the show, but we also have the 2nd annual industry showcase on October 7th. I'm going to tell you about this again on October 2nd, but we have the showcase. You can register for that at StreamYard.com/SY showcase. And we're going to be talking about event production professionals. So remember, everybody is an event production professional, essentially. Sorry, honestly, you're an event production professional. Everybody is in the business of producing an event if you are live streaming.
That's correct. That is correct.
That means that you should probably sign up for this.
Everybody.
It's also free.
Yeah, that's the key word, free. Why not? Pop in, take a look, see if you like it, and get some tips.
With that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, by the way.
All right. And Adam, I'm going to use you as my agent, my friend.
We will see you all next week. Next week. October 2nd, right, Charles?
Yep, October 2nd. All right, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Keep streaming.
Bye.